Road at Grange. Make you want to watch the easy way. Visit Telstra.com for more. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, a shower or two tomorrow, 19, a shower or two Wednesday, 16, Thursday cloudy and 20. Right now it is 25. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, the accused bicycle bandits' bid for freedom stalled. A city nightclub fined over a lewd drinks promotion. An iconic SA soft drink brand a step closer to being back on the shelves. The incredible technology helping doctors treat debilitating diseases. And our special consumer report, the home appliances that won't break your budget. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
7 minutes after 4. Good afternoon on this Monday. Let's get your week started with a bang. Lots of sport to speak about and lots of good news here in South Australia. Stephen Rowe, Tim Ginnivan, good afternoon.
Yes, thanks, Sammy. What a great weekend it was. So much happening. It was amazing. The new look Reds, the way they went about it Friday night after we were there doing our show. Of course, the Caulfield Cup was run and won without a fight getting up there, even though the jockey got a little suspension for his over-whipping going on. Also, we had the women's strikers. Unbelievable game and incredible scenes, getting their opposition out for an Australian record 29 runs. So they're playing right now as we speak because they got another game on. But Megan Shute, the fantastic bowler, took 3 for. We'll have a chat to her about that incredible win. The 36ers just reversed what happened Thursday and just got hold of our nemesis Perth Wildcats, gave them a little touch up as well. It was an incredible weekend. I was out Saturday night doing Clubs SA. You would appreciate how many clubs are out there that support our community in all different ways, and they gave the awards away for best club. The Renmark Club were one of the most celebrated in the room. They won best cook, best chef, and they celebrated. Well, it looked like Jason Ackermanis after a win. Put it that way. But they were fantastic. It was a great night. And then on Sunday, had the pleasure of the Cobra Foundation, which is connected to the Hallett Cove Footy Club, had their show at the Clarence Park Bowling Club. And Des listens to the show as I welcome Rowey. He's a big fan.
Timmy,
of yours.
hang on. Good afternoon, by the way. Good afternoon, by the way.
But that's where I've been. That's what I did on the weekend.
Hang on.
And the 36ers. Sorry, I forgot about that as well. 36ers.
So on the books, not a cashy Friday night. Yeah. The Reds.
Yeah.
Cashy with the 36ers, definite because you fill in for Case.
Yeah, but yeah.
Clubs SA would have been a cashy.
Yeah.
So you did 4 gigs on the weekend.
I was everywhere. I support the community as well.
You need to reintroduce yourself to your wife.
Well, if I do, then there might be trouble.
You swimming, Cat.
You know what they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder?
No, it doesn't with Jody. Hey, God, you were busy.
Oh, too
Do you
busy.
enjoy it all?
Yeah. Oh, look, I enjoy it when I'm there. I love it.
I know,
I get into it, but I do think I'd love a day off. That'd be terrific. But I'm getting something. Yeah. Don't worry about that. That's coming up.
Here's my weekend. My little Gemma sold her unit. And she has to move back in with Nanny because they can't find a rental.
Right.
So you try finding a rental now or even a house. It's bloody hard.
Yeah.
So I've only just got rid of her. I need to get rid of Tori and James. And she might be back. But, God, moving house, is that not the worst job in the world?
Actually, I forgot about that. I went to a house auction with my daughter as well. You're right.
How do you fit it in?
Well, it was windy. So my weekend is judged by this. If it's windy, I'm not on the water.
No fishing.
If it's flat as a biscuit,
you like it.
Out I go. So I had the worst weekend ever. I love you, Gemma, but God, moving house. And did you notice me a bit stiff today?
You did look a bit stiff, yeah. And I've got to say, moving house is one of the toughest things for a 57-year-old to do, and you shouldn't be doing it. Hey, mate, our Reds, unbelievable. We spoke to them at length on Friday. Yep. I thought Carl Viet filled our hearts with a lot of hope, I reckon, the way he spoke about his young Reds, what was going to happen. Well, it was a 3-0 thumping of the reigning Premier Central Coast. Here's how it was done.
Little touch for Ivasuki, nicely done, Ivasuki still. Now Halloran to curl it, and that's in surely. It is. Oh, that's a lovely ball for Kitto, who's trimmed penalty. Craig Goodwin has gone, Zach Clough with the number 10, steps up and scores for Adelaide to put this one beyond doubt. And with the first Adelaide goal for the former victory man.
Yeah, it was an enormous night. It was sensational. The crowd just
3-0.
loved it. 3-0. And I got to say, the way they played, because there was no goodie, you normally know the setup of what was going to happen. Well, everything was different. And they were going to a right wing instead of a left wing, and Nestori Irakunda playing that role. I was saying to Sam,
God, how quick is he?
Well, he was able to, the opponent would be with him, he would kick the ball past him, then run around on the outside of him and beat him to the football to cross it. It was just incredible. It was amazing to watch.
Well, Goody was a big loss, but we're going to find multiple and different avenues to goal,
Yes.
which is exciting. And I see what Carl Viet says about Johnny Gull. Oh, he's a teenager.
He's a
So
teenager.
Johnny and Nestori, they're both teenagers. When they're fit and firing, it's going to be exciting. We'll be the most watched team, but they're going to get tired, they're going to get puffed, and they'll have to manage them.
Only
But
if you
while
tell
they're
them
up and
that.
about,
Only if you tell them that.
oh, that's true.
If you don't tell them anything, they'll be fine, mate.
Can we just dump it all?
Yeah, you tell them they're going to be stronger during the season,
Yes.
they will be.
Yes.
Always put it,
God, they're exciting.
feed the right thing.
Yeah.
So they were fantastic, and I think they're going to have a great season. 36ers, mate. We were sitting there Thursday. We spoke to CJ, and we were just, everybody was on the same page, as well as the coach. It was an unacceptable performance, wasn't it, Thursday night? Just
He
not good
even
enough.
called it the dogs are barking. We need
Yeah.
to fight back. This is a final.
Southeast Melbourne Phoenix
Wow.
just walked through them and all the rest of it. Not happy with that result. But didn't they turn it around against
God, they
the
were good.
nemesis, which is Perth Wildcats? And it was big Isaac Humphries that was sort of made the difference on it. Let's have a listen.
Under enormous pressure, the 36ers have dug deep here and are going to get it done against the Perth Wildcats. Galloway with some icing on a very rich cake as the 36ers get the win. It's Adelaide 89, Perth 78.
Whoa.
Now,
That was
interesting.
unreal.
I don't know about you, but I'm a keen listener to the Sunday roast with
Okay.
KG and Sam Tugwell.
Thank you.
On Sundays.
Yeah, on Sundays. Well, that's the best place to have a Sunday roast. So, wouldn't really be the same if you had on Monday, would it?
No, that's true. But they'd call it something different then, wouldn't they?
The Monday roast. No, so anyway, I heard John Casey actually saying about Isaac Humphries and a special players meeting that was called.
DJ Vasiljevic called a players-only meeting after that horrendous performance on Thursday night, got everyone together. And, you know, hats off to DJ Vasiljevic because he's been here for one game. He's been here 5 minutes and he said, no, this isn't the way we need to be going about our business, called everyone together. And he energised the group. And more importantly, he energised Isaac Humphries.
He did.
What do you think of that?
Well, I like it. Look, he's 26 years of age. He arrived last week. He spoke to us on air. He was very confident.
There's a lot of belief in
There's
himself.
a lot of belief in himself. He's born in Canada. He went to a US college. So that says a lot, because they're very brash and out there.
Probably
and doing it.
maybe pick that up.
He's a two-time NBL champion with the Sydney Kings. I'm just giving you a bit of leverage
Yeah.
to why he does it. This bloke's a winner. And he's got in. He's probably said, God, these guys are too nice. What a load of crap that was. I don't want to be a part of this. He's given up his life to come here to join the 36ers family in their life. I love it.
Well, he played 10 years, apparently, with Isaac Humphries as a kid through juniors.
Knows him well.
And knows him well enough.
And very close to him.
To actually put it on him.
Well, he had the best game I've seen in a 36ers strip there.
There you
Isaac.
go. Well, here is Isaac on the win.
We met as a playing group yesterday and talked through a lot of stuff. We just wanted to come out today and put into action everything we talked about, which, you know, I will keep private. But we executed what the coaches needed from us tonight, and we executed what we, as a playing group, wanted to execute as well.
I'm proud of Isaac because he cops a bit.
Well,
'Cause he's
Thursday
so bloody big.
night, he had one shot, 2 points. He has turned that around
He
on
responded.
Saturday to have 26 points, which is nearly his best in NBL history. 8 rebounds, really
His
had
best
3
game in the
steals.
Sixers.
Had a crack, absolutely. So
But that speaks volumes of Isaac. He could have done one of two things.
Go both,
Suki
yeah.
la or
Well, respond.
put his big man pants on that he did. Well done, Isaac, and well done, DJ.
No,
Gee, they
spot
were
on.
good. They were good Saturday night.
Well, that's exciting, and that's
Oh,
you
well
know
done.
that's the sort of stuff they're capable of. I just love the fact
Come
that
on.
there's somebody in amongst them that's not going to accept mediocrity.
He's got a bit of you know what on the liver.
Exactly, I loved him. Well played. Hey, the ICC World Cup, as we know, Port Adelaide. They did
Port
very
Adelaide.
well, Port Adelaide.
Say Port
Australia.
Adelaide again. You Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide.
Yeah, there you go. That's about
Thank you.
what I like.
Australia defeated Pakistan. They are now 2-2, and they're back in the top 4. That's actually, you think about it, 2 wins ago, we were
Thank
going,
God.
they're going to be on the early plane home. That's
Get
going
on
to be
that
all
quarters
over.
flight.
Exactly. So, even better news, Travis Head's hit town, but will he play?
Exciting to be back, exciting to be around the boys. Hopefully the next few days goes well and give myself the best chance to play at some stage. I know I will be fit come at some stage. When that will be, we'll see.
What do you reckon,
I
mate?
miss him.
You're not rushing him in.
I don't
into
think he'll
this.
play against the Netherlands on Wednesday. There's no need. And just on it, it's opened up. England lost again.
Yeah,
South Africa's had a loss. I mean, every team. So it's now we're about where we should be if we just can keep winning. Here's the question to come out of this. Davey Warner whacked a 163 off 124. Now, what did I say Friday? He needs to fire up.
You did.
I said Marsh needs to fire up.
Yep.
Steve Smith and Labuschagne.
There was a couple of hundreds there.
The first two did 163 off 124. And we'll speak to Kim Hughes about this. The question was asked, is Dave Warner the best white ball cricketer we've ever had? 822300000. Now, here's his stats. 154 matches, 6,500 runs at 45. He's had 2100s. Now he does. Well, no, it is. It's good. 31 50s in that. There's two that I automatically, without even looking at the record, have in front of him. Ricky Ponting is one, a genius one-day cricketer, and Adam Gilchrist just won games off his own bat. Now, remember, back in the day, they played a lot more one-day cricket because there was no T20.
Yeah.
Ricky Ponting's record, 364 games. Wow. So what's that? 200 more than Davey Warner. 200. He made 13,599 runs at 42.
Okay.
And he had 2,900s, but 82 50s.
Wow.
Oh!
I'm gonna ring up and say Ricky Ponting.
Well, people say Michael Bevan. Some might say Adam Gilchrist with 1600s. He played 286 matches.
Michael Bevan was the ultimate finisher.
He was the finisher.
Yeah.
He was a different
He could
sort
control
of
it,
one day.
couldn't he? I
Correct.
loved him. And a different era of cricket, no
But
doubt
anyway,
about that.
Davey Warner, well done. Is he the best white ball cricketer we have ever had? Have you say?
I'll tell you what, there's some ladies that are challenging for that because our women's strikers unbelievably hit.
Yep.
They set a great target in 177 on Saturday night, but the Melbourne Stars went in and, well, they saw stars.
Capsey looks to go big and they're falling like flies here at Karen Rolton Oval as Bouchier goes after the first ball from Wellington, and that is smartly caught as well. Bowled around the legs, too full for that kind of shot. Through, Boulder. If she wasn't going to be bowled, Patterson was there for the stumping. Well, was there an edge? Yes, there was. McGrath finishes off a record-breaking win for the Adelaide Strikers.
All out 29.
Wow.
An Australian record.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Now, both Strikers teams here in Adelaide have the record. They wiped out, the men wiped out the Thunder
Yep.
for 15, and the ladies have wiped out the Stars for 29. So how good's that?
And they had a lot of Australian cricketers.
Yeah.
Ned Lanning. They had a lot of cricketers in that Melbourne Stars
So-
team. They are fantastic. Who are we speaking to?
Megan Shute.
Megan.
Megan.
Yeah, after 6.
She got a 3 for 3, I reckon.
She's playing right now, so we've got to make sure they have
3
another
for
win, and then we'll
3.
speak to her.
Wow.
How good's that? So.
Yeah, our strikers currently in action against the Melbourne Renegades. They're chasing 168 for victory. They're 2 for 33, so we'll keep you on track with our strikers. Coming up on the show today, Warren Tredrea is going to join us at 5. Kim Hughes, as we said, Nick Ansell from the Reds, Megan Shute from the Strikers, Chris Adamson from the Adelaide Giants, and Ned Brockman, a name you might remember from late last year, ran across the country for charity. He's in Adelaide. He'll join us in the studio later on. Plus more of your calls, 8223 Get involved. It's 20 after 4.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G go courtside with the Adelaide 36ers. Catch the 36ers coach as well as star players each week with Rowey and Timmy G, thanks to ACID Transport Solutions. ACID Transport Solutions need more drivers. For a career that'll take you places, speak to ACID Transport Solutions.
Before it's with the chef, before it's on your plate, before it's on your lips, that sensational cut of beef, lamb, pork or poultry was in the hands of a great butcher. My Butcher, feeding 250,000 South Australians every week. The pleasure's all theirs, and luckily, they're all ours. 100% locally owned and operated since 1999. My Butcher. Meat with care.
Get into Ranella Mazda for a huge range of BT50s. New or demo or reduced, in stock ready for immediate delivery. With $2,000 of genuine Mazda accessories with every new BT50 sold. Hurry, only at Ranella Mazda, Main South Road, Ranella. LVD 152780.
This week at Foodland, Aussie Premium Beef Scotch Fillet Steak. A preemie yum deal. Just $34 a kilo. Till October 24th while stocks last.
Foodland, the mighty South Aussies, yeah.
Send invoices, pay bills, send appointment reminders.
Want to streamline your business management tools? Thrive helps you manage communications, payments, schedules and more, all in one place. Search Thrive, THRYV, today.
Lines available, have you say, 22 minutes past 4. Now, after 25 years of delivering perfect service, ASIC Couriers is evolving to a better reflect what they do now. They're not just couriers anymore, Timmy.
Nah, spot on, Rowey. They're your go-to for fast, secure, reliable national transport solutions. So, on the back of that, they are now known as ASIC Transport Solutions.
It was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of
happen.
time. But this is still a family business. It's focused on their local community. They support the Breakthrough Mental Health Research Foundation and well over 25 local sporting clubs. But what they've done is they've evolved.
Yeah.
They've matured. They've
Correct.
expanded. They've gotten bigger.
To do this, though, they will continue to grow. They need more drivers. So, if you've got a 1 or 2 tonne van or a 1 tonne ute, kickstart an amazing career with ASIC Transport Solutions.
Why wouldn't you?
Go on, give them a call today. ASIC.
Let's see what's in the swear jar at Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. Here's one from Jasmine, the operations manager at Buy Urban and the driving force behind the success of all renovation projects. Jasmine swears to ensure all the trades arrive on time every time to ensure a seamless transition to your stunning Buy Urban bathroom. For a team that swears to deliver on quality and service, see Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, Adelaide's home renovation experts.
As we all know, SA is going through a housing crisis right now, but McGain Real Estate really want to help. If you're a landlord looking to sell your property, but you're feeling a bit guilty about disrupting an awesome tenant, McGain have landlords ready to purchase your property and keep that tenant in place. The team at McGain have hundreds of landlords ready to buy investment properties, so there's no need to stress about asking the tenant to move out or waiting for the lease to end. Visit mcgain.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes after 4, Kim Hughes to join us very, very shortly. Just before we hit your traffic, I want you to listen to Max Gawn on Channel 7 over the weekend.
There's been some stuff over the last few weeks, but I feel like this happens at most clubs. There's adversity here, adversity there. Obviously, our adversities all come at once. I'm certainly very bullish on the culture we've built over the last 3 or 4 years, that it can withstand adversity like this, and we're able to get in the top 4 again like we have the last 3 years.
Well, that's on the back of the Joel Smith drug suspension.
What's he alluding to there? So do they have a drug problem there?
Well, he said adversity.
Yeah.
Adversity.
But what did he actually say? So what is the adversity?
Well,
I mean, they're
what's been
finishing the
issued by
top
the
4,
AFL.
people are talking, but it's all if buts and candy nuts. There's no real meat to it.
Yeah, well, you can have your say on that. 8223 The lines are open. First, let's check your traffic out there. Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of South Australian copper is happening right now at BHP.
In the city, Wakefield Street through Victoria Square is closed due to the Solar World Challenge and Parade. Manningham breakdown slowing things up. Hampstead Road near Regency Road. And a crash at Wingfield has got some pretty solid delays. Grand Junction Road near Rosberg Road. Burst Watermain at Trott Park. Majors Road near Lonsdale Road with a camera this afternoon. Trimmer Parade at Seaton. Look for the RAA sign at over 400 independent RAA-approved repairers across SA. You know you can trust them because RAA do. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Got a lot of unique homestyle food text. Warner couldn't carry Ponting's kit bag. Give me a break, Rowe, from Matt. Here's no one. Ricky Ponting was the best white ball cricketer ever, Rowe. Have a look at his record, you big Swan Lager lunatic head. Well, I asked the question, mate. Is David Warner the best white ball cricketer we've ever produced? Now, we've got Kim Hughes coming up that will have a say in it. I reckon it's Ricky Ponting by Adam Gilchrist to Michael Bevan. I haven't got David Warner in the top 10. So why is it? There's another one. Michael Bevan is in
from Josh.
Is in it from Josh. I asked the question. Switch your ears on. Is David Warner 8223 0000?
Alrighty. You may have heard Max Gorn there about the situation at Melbourne. We got a caller on that all the way from Perth. The Mouse. G'day, Mouse.
Mousey.
Hey, Timmy and Rowey. Perth are feeling very good for themselves today because they had telethon on the weekend and they raised $77.5 million for sick kids of WA in 26 hours. Wow. And the host, Basil Zemplis, had a further reason to celebrate because he was re-elected as Lord Mayor. Now, also, don't be surprised if Stewie Jew becomes an Eagles assistant coach soon. And also, the Fremantle supporters over here are a little bit disgruntled about the player departure, especially Lockie Schultz. But don't be surprised if a certain James Rowe gets brought in, which will solve Rowey's problem of getting rid of him. Now,
Jesus.
Now, the next thing is also...
Give me something with meat on it, mate. That's just pie-in-the-sky stuff.
Now, I heard him talking about Joel Smith before. His parents were both very dismayed and very angry about the whole situation because they, like the Ben Cousins family over here, when that was happening, they had no idea it was happening until it actually came out. Now, you imagine it, I know for a fact, imagine if when the Chris Waring thing came out, I know that there's people, administrators, former and current, that are worried that there might be another one of those situations. Now, I know of 4 near misses of players since then, which I won't name, but you imagine this, for example, the doctors are only allowed to, they tell one strike, right? So no one else is allowed to know. But you imagine if that one strike became an overdose and a fatal overdose. That wouldn't be very good for anyone. So I think the family should be definitely needed to tell what's going on. And, in 2021, Glenn Bartlett, the former president of Melbourne, he wanted hair testing like the Eagles do for every single player now. He wanted hair testing of everyone at Melbourne, players and officials. And he was virtually ousted and cooed because of that. Now, from an outsider looking in now, and after what I just heard Max Gorn, maybe he is actually right and correct because there's a few judiciary officials around the place too, by the way. Because do you realise this, that if something happens to a player under your watch, it's industrial manslaughter under the OH&S. So that means if you're a director or a club or president or something, and something happens, you are in trouble. Now, the other thing is, too, the big contracts these players are getting at the moment, the big guns, the big money, I got told that cocaine costs $400 a gram, 11K an ounce, which is 3 times the value of gold, which is absolutely ridiculous. So you imagine if all that, you put all that together, and you can wonder why there's a few jittery people around at the moment, off-field in administration or whatever, because this time of the year now, this is the time they're worried about all these clubs because for 2 months the players go away and the clubs have got no control.
Yeah, volcanic behaviour, Mouse. Look, thanks for that. We're hard up against the 4:30 news. Great work, Mouse Promotions in there in Perth. Looks after us every time we go there. Couple of things there. 4 players near misses. Was that all at the one club in Melbourne? But I agree with him with this. After one strike, the CEO has to know. Yeah. It's only the doctor. I think the CEO has to know. Now, if the CEO has close connections with all his players' families, which all clubs do, they've got to know as well.
You've got to get that support around them right away.
Some great points there. Now, I'm a director of a company. It all comes back on us. Yeah. If there's any breaches or OH&S, if you knew and you withheld, that's a breach. That is scary, scary stuff. But they need to change it. I mean, honestly. Did you know that an ounce of Coke was worth 11,000?
No idea.
So how long would an ounce of Coke take you?
No idea.
A couple of nights?
I don't even know what it looks like.
No.
It's white. Haven't you seen it all those movies?
No.
You need to watch Narcos.
I have. I'm talking about an ounce of...
I know how they package them and how they ship them.
How do you measure an ounce?
And I know they shove it
all
right
I know
up
is
there.
you've got to do it in your undies.
They shove it right up your snout.
4:30.
Oh,
Let's get to the headlines.
Oh, dear.
We're going to talk cricket. Kim Hughes next. Keep your calls coming in. 8223 0000.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. An alleged Hells Angels bikie accused of murdering innocent man Jason Diesso in 2012 is set to face a retrial. A controversial promotion offering free drinks to patrons based on their bra size has landed the Woolshed a $4,000 fine. Medibank is launching a 6-month 4-day workweek trial. And in sport, Australia has retained netball's Constellation Cup. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of South Australian copper is happening now at BHP.
In the city, Wakefield Street through Victoria Square is closed to the Solar World Challenge and Parade. Breakdown at Manningham, Hampstead Road near Regency Road, and a crash to look out for at Wingfield, Grand Junction Road near Rosberg Road. Pretty solid delays there. Burst Watermain slowing things up to Trot Park, Majors Road near Lonsdale Road. And look out for a camera at Great Terrace at Rosewater. Richmond Clearance Centre has 50% off polished and Leparto tiles from a crazy $29.95 a square metre, plus a heap of crazy in-store specials at Beaumont's Richmond. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast mostly clear tonight with a low of 13. Winds easing, partly cloudy tomorrow 18. Right now it's 25. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
The Chinese will be reviewing the tariffs on Australian wine. Here is the Prime Minister talking about that.
It is important that we stabilise our relationship.
Informing Adelaide.
The numbers behind this are staggering. So pre-COVID, $1.9 billion.
Wow.
Last year, we exported $3.4 million worth of wine to China. Completely fell off a cliff.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
For over 60 years, our community has placed their trust in Burnside Hospital for exceptional, compassionate and personalised care. Our comfortable facilities and serene gardens create an atmosphere that lets patients feel more at home. We're a not-for-profit community hospital and partner with leading visiting medical officers, providing a variety of surgical specialties, from orthopaedics to urology, breast and endocrine, maxillofacial, oncology and maternity. Burnside Hospital, your destination for exceptional care always.
Look around your house and yard. If you see old tools, broken bike frames, an old fridge and even that old car, don't look at it as junk, look at it as dollar signs. At Nor Metals, our priority is to give you the best value for your scrap metal disposal. We offer cash for scrap Monday to Friday and Saturday mornings for a range of different steel supplies and car components, including bodies and radiators. Get cash for your scrap at Nor Metals, 255 Grand Junction Road, Ottaway.
Okie dokie, BL Shipway, South Australian institution. They've been looking after our hydraulic and pneumatic needs for well over 70 years. I feel like I've been reading that out for 70 years too. That's how much I know them.
That's been good.
They work with the best. They do. Ryco, Rexroth, Enerpac, Hydac, Allpath, Easy Fit and more. They're the top notch, top of the tree. They only use quality. Plenty of stock as well. They're at 71 Morford Road. That's where their new location
yes,
is.
I've driven past.
God,
it's magnificent.
How big and shiny and new is it? And it's chockers to the roof.
It reminds me of the O'Halloran Hill twin drive-in.
Oh, stop it.
It's that big.
East to west, north to south, floor to floor, it is chockers with the best stuff. So remember, BL Shipway state-of-the-art workshop. They'll take care of all your equipment, servicing and repairs. They've got the Ryco 247 mobile hose repair van. No one else has that. You pull one, break one, blow one. This is a hose, by the way.
That's right. They're there.
They're there. Boomski. Support a great SA company when you need anything to do with hydraulics. BL Shipway is absolutely the joint to go. 71 Morford Road, Camden Park, or blshipway.com.au.
The roller door doctor, this is Nurse Tracy.
Hello, hi. My husband managed to get it up this morning, but now I can't get it to go down again.
Sounds like you need automation. At the Roller Door Doctor, we can turn any garage door from manual to automatic.
Really?
Then you can get it up anytime, anywhere with an app on your phone.
The Roller Door Doctor, helping SA get it up for over 30 years. Contact the Roller Door Doctor for garage door repairs, service and installation. therollerdoordoctor.com.au.
Need a roofer? Ken Hall Roofers. We're qualified roofers, from leak repairs to gutter cleans to complete re-roofing. And we're as local as you. So give Ken a call. Ken Hall Roofers, 8364 5855.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes to 5. Warren Tredrea is going to join us after 5 o'clock. Nick Ansell very shortly from Adelaide United. And keep your calls coming through. 8223 0000, the number. $50 pounds voucher up for grabs.
The ICC World Cup is on. It's in India, and we love chatting to this bloke. He was a former captain of our Aussie team, one of our favourites. Kim Hughes, welcome.
G'day, boys. Great to be with you and all your listeners. And that ad before about getting it up, that's a bit...
Getting what up?
Anyway.
What, the hydraulics?
Well, I don't know.
Hang on. Getting what up, Kim? We were talking about blowing hoses and pipes and hydraulics and pneumatics.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm with you. Anyway.
Jesus.
There's a lot of things Be All Shipway can do. But
Mate, I'm telling you, you blow a hose, Kimmy. We'll be there with a 247 Ryco van, mate, even if you're in WA.
Good on you, boys. Anyway.
Are you watching every ball? Are you riveted to this World Cup?
I don't watch every ball, but I certainly see the highlights and some of the lesser games. But I did watch a fair bit of the Aussies batting the other night. And, oh, God, Mitchell Marsh and Warner were just absolutely incredible. And Mitchell Marsh is just... at an unbelievable level. Look, he's been promising for many, many years. But the thing that I'm a bit... certainly when Travis Head is available to come back into the side, that'll be a big plus for the Aussies, because I think I might have said, well before, that I just don't think that there's room for Smith and Labuschagne in a 50-over game. But what when Travis Head comes in, I wouldn't put Travis Head to open him with Warner, because then you've got two left-handers. I'd still keep Marsh there as an opener, and the left and right-hander, and makes it more challenging for the bowlers. And then certainly bring in Travis Head at number 3. But, obviously they'll make that decision over there. But I'd be a bit reticent to split up Marsh and Warner, as they seem to have good chemistry, and it's great to see. Look, Davey Warner was absolutely fantastic. And the interesting thing is, guys, I've mentioned it before, the equipment now is so good with the bats. They both hit 9 sixes, but these days you're hitting more 6s than 4s.
Yeah.
And out there we had to clear the fence.
Yeah.
And now they're just stroking them over mid-on, and that's what Mitchell Marsh was so good at. He's built like an absolute tank, hits straight through the line of the ball, and he only got a half hit it, and it clears the fellas at long off, long on, that type of thing. But great to watch, great to see.
So you're going Warner, Marsh, Head. Are you Labuschagne or Smith at 4?
Yeah, because you can only have one.
Yeah, I'd only have one, and all right, I'm a long way away, and I'm not too sure who's in better form. So I'd flick a coin, toss a coin,
Yeah.
But I suppose if I had to pick one, it'd be Smith. I remember Smith last year in the Big Bash. He batted absolutely incredibly well. I think he got 2 consecutive hundreds.
Yeah.
And then if you've got then people like Maxwell and that to come in, although he was, I don't know what you guys thought, but Jesus, the other day when he came in, the first week, it fell at 240 or 50 or something like that. He just played a dumb shot. Yeah. First ball, I know he's the big event, that type of thing, but all he had to do was to push the ball around. The big show, yeah. Well, it went to his head and he was the drop kick. Made a drop kick. That happened about 40 years ago. The drop kick. But all he had to do was to push it around, let the other bloke at the other end who was smashing him. But no, he should have got a real good talking to afterwards and said, listen, what on earth were you doing that? You didn't need to do it. That was dumb. And he's played enough cricket to do that sort of thing was disappointing.
It's a little bit of that X factor, Kim, that you take a risk with, I think, with a guy like Maxwell. They can either turn it on and, he can take 3 wickets, or he can hit a 40 when it's really needed. Unfortunately, it does come with a little bit of what you just said.
Well, mate, he's not 25.
That's right.
He's late 30s, and obviously you wouldn't have to be blind Freddie to work out. But you've got Warner at the other end, who's an absolute truck. He's well over 100. Push him around a little. There's a single everywhere, and then once you've got to 10 or got yourself in, then you can start to play it. But in the end, I thought we should have got 400, 450 the way we were going. And we managed, all right, yes, we won the game, and we've still got the 350 or 360. But when our first wicket fell at, I think it was about 260, 400 plus was going to happen. Yeah. And, you know, he put us, well, it was just a dumb shot. Yeah. And that sort of thing is just unacceptable. I would have thought that a real tough, whether it's a football coach or a cricket coach or a netball coach or whatever, he'd say, listen here, Einstein, mate, what was your role? Well, you're an absolute drop kick. Maybe the language was a bit more colourful in the change rooms, but, mate, it was
but Kim, dumb. Here's the thing. Paddy Cummins isn't going to do it to him. Zampa won't do it. He won't even sing the national anthem. He's a lefty. Oh. Well, it's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I don't know whether Ronald McDonald would. I mean, who down there is going to give him both barrels?
Well, I think that's the thing that I saw earlier on, that we looked comfortable. And I've said it before, one of the greatest quotes of all time is by Rick Charlesworth, is to comfort the troubled and trouble the comfortable. In other words, you've never played a perfect game of footy or cricket at professional level. They get paid unbelievably well. And if you're a drop kick, you're a drop kick. And if you don't like it, go and get a job. You know, so you can't accept that. That performance was just unacceptable. Yes, he's brilliant in the field. He's got lots of attributes, but we need him thinking like a professional athlete, not like a drop kick.
Hey, you mentioned Mitch Marsh and his performance and how intimidating that can be. I reckon there's a bit of that in Stoinis as well, and I reckon if an opposition see these guys coming out, that's got to be intimidating.
Oh, there's no doubt. And there'd be one of those things, if there's a blue, if I was in the blue, I'd be saying, I'm right behind you, boys. Yeah. Because, mate, Stoinis is, you know, I mean, he's just built like an absolute tank as well. And as I said, with today's bats, you know, the boundaries have come in, and easier. The bats have got so good that your miss hits are going over the field. So, and you don't need to play the reverse sweeps and funky stuff like that. You know, I call it a bit of fluff. If it wasn't radio, it'd be a bit more colourful with the word for it. Just hit straight through the line. But you know, Stoinis, and that was great the other day, that he is handy in that, and that's, I think, the difference between him and Cameron Green is there's not a lot of variety in Cameron Green's bowling. Whereas with Stoinis, you know, he mixes them up, bowls the slower balls, that type of thing, and his 2 wickets were absolutely crucial. You know, well, when I say crucial, but they were very, very important
wickets, yeah.
And I think the other thing that is a real big plus for the Aussies is that Zampa, particularly, in the last 2 games has got a 4-fer, and that's great to see, albeit that he seems to be a game-by-game proposition with whatever injury he's got. But all of a sudden, the Aussies are looking good, and the Poms, Jesus, they've had an absolute Barry Crocker in the rugby.
You know what? They lost the World Cup rugby and they lost the cricket to South Africa. So
same weekend.
That's stinky weekend.
And the South Africans were just unbelievable. I mean, it was, you could just see how hot it was. And they got, 399. And Australia should have got that when we got out to 350 or 360. But you've got to give it to South Africa. They're through to the final of the rugby, and they're in a position now to get into the last 4 in the World Cup. But Australia we've got, well, who would have thought, fellas, and this is absolutely unbelievable, where Afghanistan win and the Netherlands.
I know.
I mean, you can't believe me. If you think of Netherlands, you think, oh, well, we're skiing down the hill, it's freezing, whatever. And all of a sudden, they win against, you know, one of the sort of powerhouse. But it's great for world cricket to see that sides like that are doing well. And yes, they had 3 South Africans in their side, but you know, it's great to see minnow countries like that doing, you know, unbelievably well. given that they have minuscule resources of what the major countries have.
No, Kim, good work. And the thing with that is West Indies didn't even qualify. They're back at Barbados smoking Scoobies. Hey, Kim, thanks for your time.
Anytime, boys. It's always great for a West Australian to help you blokes over in South Australia.
Oh, well, come on, we need you, mate. Thanks
Good on you, mate.
Mate. Well done, Kim Hughes there. Repeating that news, England lost to South Africa in that prelim, if you like, to go through to the World Cup and the rugby in Paris. Did you see that game?
1 point.
Well,
it was a cracking game.
The rugby union has really had some surprises in it,
hasn't it?
From the rankings.
We've been back here for 3 months. Kim Hughes, our guest. We should have even gone.
14 minutes to 5. Let's check your traffic. Nick Ansell from Adelaide United coming up next. Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of SA copper is happening right now at BHP.
In the city, Wakefield Street through Victoria Square is closed due to the Solar World Challenge and Parade. Manningham breakdown, Hampstead Road near Regency Road, while at Wingfield, crash Grand Junction Road near Rosberg Road with heavy delays. And got a burst automated at Trop Park, Majors Road near Lonsdale Road. Cameras today, Bradley Grove Mitchell Park and Cross Road at South Plimpton. Get your crew going away from conferences to sporting, special interest trips to school excursions. Flight Centre's group travel gurus have you back. Visit flightcentre.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Don't just send it, ace it.
If your current job is driving you bonkers, well, get outdoors and hit the road. Here's Chris from ASIC Couriers to tell you how.
Thanks, Rowey. ASIC Couriers is growing, and we need more drivers to keep our promise of perfect service. So if you want a career that'll take you places, get in touch with us at ASIC Couriers. Visit asiccouriers.com.au.
Don't just send it, ace it.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, the Lynn Andrews team have made it easy for landlords to manage residential and commercial property. From single homes to multiple commercial holdings, our passion for property investment means we have a great deal of knowledge. How to do it safely and properly, matching the right tenant with the right property every time. We're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
Now, how to be excellent at entertaining. Have a quick panic clean, hide things in cupboards, close every door, light the candles, decanter the wine. Most importantly, make sure you're well stocked with a selection of Frederick Street's finest.
Frederick Street's finest is the newest and most excellent way to treat yourself and others, whether you're at home, work or entertaining.
Now, here's some of the some of the variety you can get. Apricot and coconut slice, dark chocolate cranberries, or Southern Ranch corn mix.
We had a pack on our desk, didn't last long.
I had macadamias and cashews. And
how about the apricot delights, or the licorice lover's delight, or the cashew macadamia indulgence, or the dry roasted almonds, the hot honey roasted cashews, the fruit yogurt delight. I can go on and on and on, Timmy.
There's literally a wall of Frederick Street's finest to choose from, every taste and every occasion. Look for Frederick Street finest in the fancy blue packet at your local Drake supermarket, and be excellent anywhere with Frederick Street finest, devoted to excellence.
Get into Ranella Mazda for a huge range of BT50s. New or demo or reduced, in stock, ready for immediate delivery. With $2,000 of genuine Mazda accessories with every new BT50 sold. Hurry, only at Ranella Mazda, Main South Road, Ranella. LVD 152780.
We've got Shane from Drummond Golf with us now. Shane, you've made it so easy to improve your game. You've got a room full of indoor simulators.
We think all golfers out there will love our Big Swing Golf indoor simulators at Drummond Golf Mile End. We have a room full of simulators to play golf and other sports like soccer, baseball, basketball, and even football with your mates, rain, hail or shine. And guess what? We're fully air-conned.
Oh, look, it's great fun too, but more importantly, these simulators will help my game. Well, they will, won't they, Shane?
You're dead right, mate. They're a great training tool. Thanks to the overhead Iron 3 camera that shows video of your club head angle, your club head speed, and even the spin rate.
Jump online now and take a look at bigswinggolf.com.au, then call your mates and head to Drummond Golf Mile End.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
10 minutes to 5. Warren Treadray to join us in studio in about 10 minutes' time after the 5 o'clock news. Lots to talk about in the footy world, and all your texts are coming through on the Unique Homestyle Foods text line as well about the drug saga at the moment. Keep them coming in, and your calls, 8223 0000.
Well, I was there at Cooper Stadium Friday night, that excited about the opening game, playing the reigning Premier Central Coast Mariners, and what we saw was an incredible show. We've got one of their stars of the show, Nick Ansell, on the line. G'day, Nick.
Hey guys, how are you?
Very well after that, my friend. What a way to open the season.
Yeah, no, it was a perfect start, really. We couldn't ask for a better way to start the season with, like you said, beating the champions 3-0.
And the new look Reds, we spoke to Carl Veep before the game, and he was talking about all the youngsters that were going to be playing and getting an opportunity, and they all contributed, didn't they? You know, Toure, Bernardo, Johnny Yule. It was terrific.
Yeah, I think Adelaide United, we have a great bunch of young players, you know, Nesta, Panache, Popper, like I said, Bernardo, Johnny Yule. You know, there's so many, you almost forget some of them, to be honest. So, no, they all did a great job on Friday night, and yeah, they're all working really hard in training, and yeah, it showed on Friday night.
Well done, Nick. You look like you're enjoying it too, because you've had your fair share of bloody injuries. Was it Bernardo's cross or your skillful head?
I think it was actually Tony Cliff was telling me, he was doing these symbols to me when I was walking up to the box. And I was like, oh, what's this guy saying to me? Like, I don't know. And then I kind of got what he was telling me, and he was telling me just to run across the front post. And he's told Bernardo to put it there, and Bernardo's put a perfect ball in pretty much. And I got onto the end of it and put it away.
So it wasn't a set piece. You can work those sort of things out on the fly in the game. What was the symbol? Was it with his hands, or he's nodding his head, go, Nick, go that way? How did it all work? Talk us through that.
It was kind of with his hands and kind of trying to read his lips.
Wow.
But yeah, because I think they were down to 10 men then.
Yes,
just. So yeah, they were a little bit all over the shop, and yeah, he thought that would work, and yeah, it did. So
good on you.
I've got to thank him.
Nick, I did mention you've had a few injuries. You look like you're bloody enjoying it. It's an exciting squad with all these teenagers and these rising stars, let's call them. I don't know, you're closing in on 30, been around a long time. They need people like you to keep their feet on the ground and show them the way, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think we've got a good group of players in Adelaide. I mean, there's not too many egos in the dressing room. Everyone is pretty down to earth, and yeah, us older guys, I guess, just try and help out the younger players where we can. And yeah, I think we have a good mix of young and old.
Nick, they were at you early, and I thought Joe Gauchi held up really well on those early couple of opportunities they had.
Yeah, definitely. I think if Joe doesn't make those saves, then the game could be completely different. But yeah, that's what he's paid to do, and he's been doing that for. He pulled off plenty of great saves last year as well. So, no, he's a great young keeper as well, and really enjoy having him behind me.
Looked at the stats, a couple of that sort of stood out for me. You had possession 61% of the time, and you had a whopping 199 more passes. So it does say in those two areas that you guys had control.
Yeah, I think we definitely try and play a possession-based style of football. And I think on Friday night we've been working really hard in the pre-season with all that kind of passing shape, where we want the midfielders to be, where we're looking to get the ball in to the middle or on the outside. And I think it just all really come together nicely on Friday night.
How is your body, Nick?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I obviously had a tough start when I first come here. I tore my Achilles. And kind of like a freak training accident that I just went to go take a shot at goal, stepped too far back, went to go push off, and it just went.
Oh, damn.
And I never had any problems with my Achilles before. So, was a bit of a shock, but, Adelaide have been patient with me. They've given me a lot of support. And, now my body's in really great shape. So, I'm really happy.
You're a good class. I'm saying it, but it doesn't mean that you have to. I'm going Craig Goodwin, who? Nick, I'm going, who? What? Mate, we got left and right wingers, we got speed, we got class, we got different avenues to goal now, haven't we?
Yeah, quickly they forget.
Yeah, I think, Craig's been such a great player for Adelaide United, and I think we're lucky to have Craig for as long as we did at Adelaide, and now it's time for the younger guys to step up, or the other guys in those positions to step up, and now it's their time. So they definitely proved they can play and create goals, create chances like they do on the weekend. So it's pretty exciting to see.
Hey, Nick, all the best. Well done in round one and round two. Another home game Sunday at 6:30 at Cooper Stadium. Take on the other grand finalist, Melbourne City. Best of luck.
Well done, Nick Ansell there. Adelaide United Footy Club, a little bit of darts. He just
he's gone.
Don't know what happened there. Oh, Nick, we were just hoping for a yes. Thank you, guys. It was a great interview.
Dropped out or something.
Your questions were riveting. And
see you, Nick.
See you, mate. Hey, before we go to the 5 o'clock news, he's a ripper. He's going to be a great acquisition because he's fit. Should Australian sports people representing our country sing our national anthem? Now, even if you don't know the words, you should learn them. And even if you don't know the words, you should be able to mouth it. Because our one-day star, and he is Adam Zampa. Now, Adam Zampa, I'm not knocking at him. I mean, each their own. He's a bit
You're not
field.
a fan. I've heard you say many a time.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm not going to knock all vegans, but, eat a steak.
Well, you are.
Well, if you go to the pub, have a beer with your mate.
That's
don't drink. He's a bit unfair.
He's allowed to be who he wants to be.
He can be who he wants to be.
But
okay.
Be what you want to be.
That's exclusive.
We're all different.
Do what you want to do. Be what you want to be.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm a bit harsh on people. I know. I do. All right. Park all of that. Park Adam because you're a bit left and a bit.
Stick to the point.
The other thing is our coach,
Andrew McDonald,
Ronald McDonald, the redhead. He doesn't sing either, or even lip it.
Mate,
he's one of the leaders.
I'll be honest with you here. When we used to have to line up for it at the grand finals, there was only 2 players in our side knew all the words.
But that was 30 years ago. Now it's expected.
Well, why is it expected?
Well, I think it is. Here's the straw poll. 822 300 00. We'll do it with Treaders after 5 o'clock.
I love the anthem. I love standing there, but I know the words. But that's just me.
You're Australian. You're proud. You're a leader. You lead from the front.
I like singing.
And you like singing. Should you sing the national anthem? Should you at least mouth it? Should you at least show your patriotism towards our green and gold now colours? Or no, we're all different, it doesn't matter. Straw poll, yes. If you don't, it's un-Australian. Or, you know what? Don't like the song, doesn't represent me, and you can do what you want because we're now in a new world where lefties rule and you don't have to eat meat or drink it. 822 300.
All right, get on the phone.
You know where I'm heading. I don't know what's happening to Australia. I'm getting disappointed, Sam.
Well,
you're a young cop. Will you sing it?
You can still be proud of your country and not have to sing it.
I've seen gold medalists at the Olympics stand on the dais and just stand there and be proud of that moment.
Yep.
It's and why are they there?
They don't sing it, though. They don't sing it.
Because they're Australian.
But they don't lip it. They don't lip read. They don't do anything. They just stand there and go, this is a great moment.
It's a very divisive and very passionate topic, so we'd love to hear from you. The number is 8223 0000. We're going to take your calls after the 5 o'clock news when Treaders joins us.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
G'day, I'm Mike.
G'day, it's Jack.
Hi, it's Jazz here. I listen to 5AA on the 5AA player.
Whilst I walk the dog, I can listen to 5AA.
The clean sound is so much better than AM transmission.
I just love it. I just love that I can take it anywhere. I can go from my house to my walk, back into the car and listen to it.
The sound's better, it doesn't drop out.
Stream 5AA in crystal clear sound at the touch of a button, wherever you are.
Download it now from the App Store.
Clarity is fantastic.
I love it. It's great.
Need an electrician? Ken Hall Electricians. We're qualified electricians for power points, sensor lights, smoke alarms, rewires and inspections. And we're as local as you. So give Ken a call. Ken Hall Electricians, 8364 5855.
If your loved one is living with disability, like you, we want them to do more than live. We want them to thrive. We are Orion Care. We provide accommodation for people living with disability. Real independence, with as much or as little support as needed. Right now, we have beautiful new supported disability homes available in safe communities all over SA. Visit orioncare.com.au and let's build a great life together.
Online, on DAB digital radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a morning shower or two tomorrow, 18. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
The death of a woman in an Aldinga Beach house fire has been declared a major crime. A 48-year-old Aldinga Beach man was arrested on Saturday and faced court today, charged with her murder and arson. The fire on Barracuda Crescent sparked on Friday afternoon. The woman is believed to be occupant of the home, 38-year-old Crystal Marshall. Inquiries are continuing to establish when Ms Marshall was killed. Major Crime is appealing to anyone with information on her movements between the afternoon of Wednesday, October 18, and the house fire 2 days later. Police are also appealing for anyone who saw or heard anything in the vicinity of the Barracuda Crescent home between those times, including any dashcam or CCTV footage that may be relevant, to call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. A motorbike left the road near Wallunga Hill this morning. The rider, a 74-year-old man from nearby Aldinga Beach, has sustained serious injuries and is in hospital. 2 motorbike riders suffered life-threatening injuries after separate crashes yesterday. It comes as SAPOL's Operation Vulnerable kicks off. It focuses on the safety of vulnerable road users, including motorcyclists. Well, the Prime Minister has landed in the US. He says Australia's relationship with the United States provides security and stability as he prepares for 4 days of high-level talks in Washington. Anthony Albanese will sit down with President Joe Biden and other senior officials. Defence will be covered during the talks, with the AUKUS nuclear submarine deal currently tied up in Congress. Mr Albanese says moving the pact forward is an important part of the trip.
Making sure that the AUKUS arrangements are put in place and talking with Congress and Senate about the legislation that's required to turn this vision into a practical reality.
A taste of what's to come. An update today on the return of halls. Production is now underway on several flavours with support from an SA government grant. And the drinks should be on the shelves before Christmas. Premier Peter Malinauskas says it's a local success story.
It's exciting. This is one of those iconic brands in our state that is now coming back to life because a good South Australian family business has had the foresight to be able to make an investment and is now about to experience a period of growth, which is everything that this state government wants to see achieved for those businesses across our regions.
Israel's military has carried out dozens of airstrikes in Gaza in one of the bloodiest nights since the conflict began. The humanitarian situation in the Strip is dire. The main hospital says it no longer has the supplies to treat burn patients. But the Israeli Defence Minister is warning the military's campaign in Gaza could last several months. Yoav Gallant says the widely anticipated ground offensive would come soon.
It will take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and at the end, there will be no more Hamas. Before Hamas makes contact with our tanks and our infantry, they will know the shells from our Air Force.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and Australia has retained netball's Constellation Cup despite losing the final test to New Zealand. The Silver Ferns winning Game 4, 53-50 in Auckland to draw the series. Australia retains the trophy on aggregate. Captain Liz Watson says it adds to their recent World Cup triumph.
Pretty special year for us, I think. Obviously a really exciting year, but obviously disappointed with our last 2 games, but also extremely proud that we are able to keep this cup, and it's something we work really hard for.
That audio courtesy of Fox Sports. Well, Afghanistan says it's looking forward to renewing a passionate rivalry with Pakistan when they face off at the Cricket World Cup tonight. India is now the outright leader as the only undefeated nation after beating New Zealand. And Formula One drivers Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc have been disqualified from the United States Grand Prix after irregularities were spotted in their cars during an inspection. Hamilton had claimed second place, while Leclerc finished the line in sixth. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of South Australian copper is happening now at BHP.
In the city, roads closed due to the World Solar Challenge. Victoria Square between Grove Street and Wakefield Streets. Wingfield a crash, Grand Junction Road near Rosberg Road with heavy delays. And a reverse waterline at Trip Park, slowing things up for the drive home. Lonsdale Road near Majors Road. Busy South Road at Theberton with a camera this afternoon. Bradley Grove at Mitchell Park. Test drive the powerful 2023 LDV T60 Max from just $36,990 drive away for ABN holders. T's and C's and exclusions at ldvautomotive.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly clear tonight with a low of 13. Winds easing and partly cloudy tomorrow 18. Wednesday a shower or two 15. Thursday partly cloudy and 19. Right now it's 25. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, the accused bicycle bandits' bid for freedom stalled. A city nightclub fined over a lewd drinks promotion. An iconic SA soft drink brand a step closer to being back on the shelves. The incredible technology helping doctors treat debilitating diseases. And our special consumer report, the home appliances that won't break your budget. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
Mate, this meat is so good. Where's it from?
Thomas Farms. It's always good.
Even the prawns? You must have gone to the markets.
Nah, Thomas Farms have everything. From seafood, chicken, lamb, even award-winning Angus beef. They have it all, and it's very reasonably priced.
Thomas Farms is owned by a South Australian farming family. They understand great food. Located at Castle Plaza, Colonnades, Cavan, West Lakes and now at Norwood Mall, The Parade. Mention this radio ad for an additional 10% off until December 31st. Thomas Farms. It's always good.
IGA have low prices locked on a range of great Community Co products.
Like Community Co Tasty Cheese Slice 250 grams, $6 each. Now at your local IGA. Offer ends January 8, 2024. While stocks last. Excludes IGA Express and Tasmania.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. Summer's just around the corner, so now's the time to beat the rush and get your air conditioning sorted with Mannix. Remember, nobody beats Mannix. Mannix.com.au. Experience the joy of Christmas and welcome Father Christmas at the National Pharmacies Christmas Pageant, Saturday, November 4. 5AA, supporting local business.
There's no such thing as a fireproof workplace, so the little things make a big difference when it comes to fire safety. Like knowing you're in good hands, with people on the ground, close at hand, with Safe Fire Electrical. Headquartered in SA, we're on hand to help with everything, from design and installation through to training and maintenance of fire safety systems. Get in touch with Safe Fire Electrical for a fire safety checkup. Visit safefire.com.au.
I like to call it a passion. I can be sitting relaxing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. Back then, wasn't worried about me though. In the gym, trying to work on my freak though. What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in.
The new Kia Seltos. That's what's poppin'. And yeah, it's got options. The new Kia Seltos. The word is out.
Brand new whip, just hopped in.
Kia, movement that inspires.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes after 5 on this Monday afternoon. Coming up very shortly, Ned Brockman, the man who ran across the country for charity. Outstanding story. We'll chat to him very shortly. Chris Adamson from the Adelaide Giants and Megan Shute from the Strikers, who have been brought back down to earth this afternoon, unfortunately. All out for 86 and have lost to the Melbourne Renegades. So we'll catch up with Megan very shortly. But first we'll catch up with Warren Tredreau, who's here in studio, all thanks to Mahindra Wayville, Adelaide's #1 Mahindra dealer, now open on Goodwood Road, opposite the showgrounds, driven by Australian Motors.
Throws it up long, goal square, Tredreau!
Warren Tredreau.
The Premiership Cup to the captain, Warren Tredreau. Oh, Tredreau! Party time!
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome, Treaders. I'm about to sing the national anthem. I want you to stand up and I want to see what you do.
We're doing it, Treaders. Welcome. We before 5, we ran a straw poll on the back.
I was waiting for him to start singing.
Well, just on the back of some Australians that I don't know whether you call it a boycott, but they choose not to. So, should we sing proudly our national anthem? So, a straw poll: 822 300 00. We've got a $50 Powers voucher. Yes, it's un-Australian not to, or no, you can have your own personal beliefs. Where do you sit?
I reckon this has gone wokeism mad. This stuff.
Of course it has.
Only reason I say that is now we're judging whether they do it, and now people are going, I'm not singing it because I want to be different. Go back 30 years, I'm not sure everyone actually sung the national anthem.
Probably
but
didn't
they
know the
stood
words.
there,
Tell
probably
you they didn't.
arm across their chest,
Yeah.
very much like the Americans do, hand
Yeah.
on heart, and they stood there, all their arms behind their back. And then in sort of my era, it was a little bit of Choco would sing, and it'd be like, shut up, mate, I'm trying to worry about this shocking singer. And you're standing next to him, and your arms behind your back, or your arms behind your mate, when you're lining up for a big game, and you're sort of mouthing the words. But not everyone sung.
No.
But I think now it's all about a badge of honour stuff. It's all about this, oh yeah, I'm too cool to do it. You know, back in the day, didn't players stand in positions and bits and pieces like that?
Well, they did till the 84 grand final.
Yeah, that
but if I'm in the
changed it.
crowd and the national anthem comes off,
Yep.
I'll always stand.
Yeah,
A
that's
lot of
okay.
people still don't
No,
stand.
you've got to stand.
Well, you've got to stand.
Yeah.
This is
That's
us.
respect. Mate, I got ripped in America when I had a cap on.
Yeah, you got to take
and
your
I
hat
thought,
off.
what's going on? This bloke's ripped me. I go, mate, I'm from Australia.
Exactly what I
What's
said.
going on? He goes, take your hat off. Oh, sorry, mate.
People my era and older will automatically stand,
Yep.
whether you sing it
So
or
you
not,
should.
and you'll take
I
your
think
cap
that's
off.
the minimum. And you shut up. You don't scream out like
Correct.
a boho like they used
Correct.
to back in the days at footy park.
So
Someone
what's
would make
happening
a
with
noise.
Australia? 822 300
I just think
They're
when
little
people-
traditions.
Yeah, I think there's a minimum. Do you have to sing it? No. Do you have to be silent and show respect?
Yes.
That's my main bit. And do you
Yeah.
stand? Yes. So there's two
Okay.
minimums there. But the other thing is too, like the bit I worry about, you got bozos in the crowd or people trying to virtue signal, I'm too cool for this as athletes, and we're seeing a lot of that nowadays with a lot of different
It's creeping
agendas.
in.
Yeah, is that you're training the next little kid, your son, your daughter, what's appropriate in behaviour. You know, I used to irritate me in a showdown, even as a player or as a commentator. Some idiot screaming out, you go, you just ruin a magic moment, a
Shut
magic
up.
thing for Australia.
Yeah.
And I know it might that sound like, you know, real bad. Oh, poor me, it's only one person screaming out, but we don't ask for much.
No. Lines available. Have you say yay or nay. Quick straw poll. We've got a $50 Powers voucher.
Hey, Treaders, it is the break. Well, you want to go straight to it, dude? Oh, we've got Deb on the line. G'day, Deb.
Hello, how are you?
Good, Deb. What do you reckon?
Well, when it comes to the national anthem, I think it's an absolute disgrace that they don't sing and they're not proud of their country, and it's an abuse of the money that us taxpayers put towards their training, their uniforms, their shoes, their travel, everything, and it's an abuse. And
Yeah,
there's so many of us who will never represent our country. They should show more gratitude.
Yeah, I think there's an element of that, absolutely, Deb. But I think also, too, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but players didn't always sing, did they, back in the day?
No, absolutely not. There's, in my era, only two blokes knew the words. That was me and Rowan, and we used to sing it before the table tennis final. True story, but we're the only blokes
It's a
that
show
knew the
of
words.
respect, isn't it? We live in a privileged country, and we live in this privileged country because exactly what Deb said, a lot of these Australians, especially the ones that we fund them with the AIS, I think it's a prerequisite. Well, all that sort of stuff. I think, I don't know. I hate how politics gets crept into it. Now, don't sing it because it doesn't represent me, or don't sing it because you're embarrassing this.
If that's an
group of
element, yeah,
people.
but if blokes
Don't
just
sing
choose
it
not to
because-
sing, but they show their respect quietly, I've got no problem with that.
And I've seen
Okay,
great
thanks,
Olympic
Deb.
moments where they don't sing.
Yeah.
They just love the moment and then they got their medal. So the singing bit, I think it's almost gone again, like the US, where you have to, where I think we would, Australians just didn't care that much.
Stand up, mouth it if you don't know the words, take your hat off and be respectful. Praddy's rung. Hello, Praddy.
Well, I'm a stickler for tradition, and a lot of the Matildas sang the national anthem, which nearly surprised me with all the wokiness that was going on, including Sam Kerr, who is an Indigenous, by the way. I don't mind blokes who don't sing it because they don't know the words, they don't want to mouth it, but a lot of blokes. So who's not singing it? The cricket.
Oh, no, well, Zampa's copping a little bit. Not only that, I think McDonald, our coach, who's, I think, a little bit wokey, lefty type of thing, Praddy, he's taken a stance for it. So, until I hear from them, I think if they're standing there, like Treader said, to attention, their hats off. Hey?
What's Cricket Australia say?
Well, they represent me. That team represents me.
But my point is, they're governed by Cricket Australia. If Cricket Australia stood for something and said, boys, we're doing this as a minimum, well, who's the captain? Who's shown the leadership? How many times would it take
Pat
for them
Cummins.
to... Well, that's the questions that need to be asked. If it's really that offensive.
No, but in the modern era, a captain or a leader or a commission or an organisation or a CEO, they don't force that on players anymore because they're not allowed to, apparently.
That's the problem with the society at the moment.
Individuality.
Exactly right.
It's not individuality, though, is it?
Well, that's what Pat Cummins, I reckon, would be enforcing with this group.
Yeah.
Has the whole way along.
You be you. Treaders, you be you. Timmy, you be you. And I'll be me. And some will, some won't.
You know what?
Bull crap. You put the green and gold on.
You don't need to tell me to be me, because I'll be me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You.
That's half the problem. Everyone wants to tell you what they are. But it's funny, boys, look, because Max Gawn, I had a clip at Melbourne on Friday, and he's spoken out today, and I just want to replay it again. I heard it driving in.
There's been some stuff over the last few weeks, but I feel like this happens at most clubs. There's adversity here, adversity there. Obviously, our adversities all come at once. I'm certainly very bullish on the culture we've built over the last 3 or 4 years, that it can withstand adversity like this, and we're able to get in the top 4 again like we have the last 3 years.
That's just a captain defending his club. But the reality
and
is...
fair. Yeah,
and that's fair. And he's a high-calibre person, even to a stage. I think his wife's name's Jessica. She's invited Clayton Oliver to actually move in with their one toddler, and she's pregnant again. So talk about going the nth degree for your footy club. Absolutely.
That's
but
culture.
This is the bit that probably frustrates me most, because there was a little bit of kickback on social media about what I said on Friday. But my point is, we're forgetting. Yes, they're individuals. Yes, they face the challenges many people are facing, with various issues in life, mental health, addiction, all that sort of stuff. But these are paid professional athletes. And if you're not willing to put your career ahead of everything else, to be a paid professional athlete, there will be a million other people that will take your spot.
Sacrifices, aren't they?
That's
you have to
what
make.
it is.
But
You asked me, all my mates' 18th
tempted.
and 21st I never went to.
Yeah.
Because that's what you have to give up.
But if you're tempted and you've got a addictive behaviour, it's bloody hard.
Yeah. And you're still...
On that.
Yeah, well, which one do you want to be?
Well, yeah. Well,
Professional athlete, or do
that's
you want to
right.
be a tempted, addicted personality?
But that's right. That's where the governing body has to come down hard on
it's
those
gotta
ones.
Be, absolutely,
but
it's
they
gotta
don't.
be harder.
But they don't. It's one thing to say you're professional. I mean, you guys were. I get it. I get people that, I don't know whether it means that much to me.
Well, don't do it
then.
then.
You get, well, that's exactly right. Then you get the temptation kicks in. You might have an addictive behaviour.
How many times you walk into a pub and go, mate, I could have done this.
I
could have done that. Yeah, but you're still sitting in the front pub.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Had nothing wrong with that, but they're the choices you made.
That's exactly right.
That's the reality.
And he's the sort of bloke I like taking on my boat, fishing.
Well,
Because he's not fun like boring ass me.
But this time of the year, it's an interesting time. They get a lot more time off now, don't they? As far as some players won't come back till December. Now, it's those professionals that you're talking about that will use this time to train really hard and get an extra edge that perhaps they didn't have. And then there's the others that might be just thinking, well, this is my
extra
time,
holiday I couldn't add.
My time to shine in the sun. So,
or release tension and
which way do you go?
Life.
Yeah, I think for me it was always, and I wasn't your run of the mill normal player. I was I used it as an opportunity to get better. I always trained on Christmas Day because no one else was training on Christmas Day.
Daley Thompson said that.
Yeah, and I originally got it from an article, and I reached out to Darren Cahill when I saw an article written about Andre Agassi before, as Cahill took him over and trained him on Christmas Day, and a notorious heel in Las Vegas, and it was in the Herald Sun. I remember going, and I went to Vegas after 2004, and Darren Cahill was there, and I said, what about this hill? He goes, it's not that big, mate.
Yeah.
But it was about the fact that he actually trained on Christmas Day. Yeah. And that was the levels that you had to be great. And I look at this right now. If your body's pretty good after the season, right? And everyone needs a refresh, but you don't need surgery, right? What do you need? You need a mental freshen up, don't you?
I think number one, it's the head.
Yeah, mental freshen up. And mental freshen up comes from not being told where to train and what to do, and also where to be and what to do.
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
So for me, there was no excuse that if you're in Milan, you can get on Google Maps and go,
Find a
where's the
park.
swimming pool? Where's the park? Where's the gym? Where's the whatever? In London, there's 40 million gyms. Go and train. And this is my part where I was always, here's a time to get ahead. Because you have someone who's been questioning mid-June, I'm not sure he's got the ticket or the heart or the engine to play in the midfield. Now's the time to test it. Come back that you've run 20 seconds faster in your 2K. Why? Because you put the work in. Are you not strong enough to play in the midfield? Well, you go and actually put some size on because you can't get ahead in pre-season because everyone's training at the same time, aren't they? The competition is all training at the same time. So when's the chance to get ahead? It's now.
Okay, so back in your day, of let's say your squad was 40, say 46 now, how many of them had your mentality, to be great, you've got to do that extra? Half?
Be lucky to be half.
Lucky to be half. Do you think now would be all bar 2 or 3 or 4?
Oh, I still think you'd have your challenges.
Yeah, 2, 3 or 4 or 5, maybe.
It might be half again. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's matured more.
I'm just interested to see how it's progressed.
Because I look at the Boki trip he does, and that's great. But blokes were doing their own version of that back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and this is all about, do you want to be an absolute pro? Or you want to be great, or you want to be good? Or very good?
Yeah.
And when I mean great, it's not about, 15 All-Australians, best and fairest, the whole lot. The best you could possibly be. Because there's some blokes who are out there being the best they can possibly be, and they're a solid AFL player. The reason they played 10 years is because they got the absolute best out of themselves.
Correct. Yeah, back in the 90s, John Blakey would have been a great example.
Yeah, and this is the classic, isn't it, Timmy? You see so many guys who are so talented, we could all name them off, who should have been, could have been, but didn't, because they didn't apply themselves at the right time. They came back 3 or 4 kilos overweight. They had to do walking up the hills at Mount Lofty with a 5-kilo backpack because they're 5 kilo overweight. You know, all the little things. And this is where it's a great opportunity for guys to get ahead. And if you want to be that midfielder and then you're going to whinge next year that you get an opportunity, you haven't bashed down the door to tell Matthew Nix or Ken Hinkley that you've got to be picking me.
Treaders, we'll have a quick break. I'll come back. I got one from Jeremy, Unique Homestyle Food Text. Just says, ask Treaders his opinion of the new power recruits and does he think the young upcoming ruckman on the list will be wondering if they'll get a go?
Yeah, well, I want to answer that one. But also, too, AFL directors are currently very, 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 very nervous.
Ooh. Treaders to join us again after the break. Stay tuned. First, let's check your traffic. Copper's critical to the energy transition and the responsible production of SA Copper is happening right now at BHP.
G'day there in the city. Roads closed due to the World Solar Challenge. Victoria Square between Great Streets and Wakefield Streets. Crash at Pasadena, FIVEAA Drive near Day Drive. Got a car blocking the intersection there. And Wingfield, another crash, Grand Junction Road near Rosberg Road. Busy at the moment, South Road at Thibberton with cameras this afternoon. Findon Road, Woodville West and Cross Road at South Plimpton. Make your TV smarter with Fetch, now available from Telstra. Fetch with Telstra and find what to watch the easy way. Visit telstra.com for more. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
If you're a fan of the award-winning true crime podcast and 5AA radio show Just Lawful on Sundays at 7, don't miss it live at the Norwood Concert Hall November 1st. Hosts Sean Fuster and Daniel Panozzo will inform and entertain in this original interactive event where you'll be presented with the evidence, then asked to decide the outcome of the case for yourself. Part proceeds also benefit Just Lawful's advocacy partner Zara Foundation. Just Lawful Live, the Norwood Concert Hall November 1st. Book at humanitics.com.
G'day everyone, Cornsey here. Now, I know a great team and I see one, and the South Australian hydraulic team I rate the highest is BL Shipway. I've known them for a long time. David Shipway is one of the best blokes you'll ever meet. BL Shipway, they've been looking after your hydraulic and pneumatic needs since 1953 with brands like Ryco, Rexroth, Enerpac, Hydac, Oilpath, EasyFit and many more. And if you can't get to them, they'll send a Ryco 24/7 van to you anytime, anywhere. blshipway.com.au, a South Australian team you can count on.
Some houses are forced to hide behind a fence. You spend your weekends making it look amazing, only to have it concealed. Now, with cast stone fence and gate, your beautiful home is enhanced by the fence, so the rest of the neighbourhood can see why you're so proud of your home.
Well, there you go. Cast Stone is an SA company. We love that. It's got a bold reputation for premium quality fences. Now, you'll see their work on the streets of Adelaide's best postcodes. You just do, because they're the best.
And they stand out
They do.
unbelievably. And the chances, you've probably seen some of the brilliant fences they do already, and you'll know when you see a fine-looking heritage, traditional or modern stone pillars. These suit solid walling, tubular steel, cast aluminium, brush fencing or timber slats. They've got all the range and they do it absolutely brilliant.
Their range is incredible. Don't hide your home. Enhance it with Carstone. Be inspired by the gallery online. It's carstone.com.au or arrange a consultation.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Local and experienced trade specialists.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
We've got Shane from Drummond Golf with us. Shane, you've made it so easy to improve your game with a room full of indoor simulators.
That's right, Rowey. We think all golfers out there will love our big swing golf indoor simulators at Drummond Golf Myland. We have a room full of simulators to play golf and other sports like soccer, baseball, basketball, and even football with your mates. Rain, hail or shine.
Oh, it's great fun too. These simulators, honestly, they've improved my game and I need it.
You're dead right there, Rowey. They're a great training tool. Thanks to the overhead Iron 3 camera that shows video of your club head angle, your club head speed, and spin rate.
So jump online, take a look at bigswing.com.au, then call your mates and head to Drummond Golf Myland.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 after 5 on your Monday. Mahindra Wavell, driven by Australian Motors. Treaders is in the house.
He certainly is. Now, I asked you that question from Jeremy about the power recruits and what do you think of them, but also the young up-and-coming ruckman be maybe concerned with the two ruckmen coming in.
Yeah, if I'm Visitini, I'm going, well, how am I going to get a start here? And I get he needs to, he's played one game and he needs to knock the door down for selection, but I would have thought, it sounds to me that Port was committed to Sweet. So, and then Soldo came late and thought, hang on, he's our number one if we can get him in.
Mm-hmm.
And by getting him in, that probably ends the opportunity for Scott Lysette to play on. So they've actually gone two rucks, two defenders. I would have thought the minimum Port needed was Radigalia and ideally Soldo. But the others, there obviously was a commitment before that they had to take them. But I know a lot of people are talking about draft picks. Yeah, they've only got one this year, but they've got everything bar their first round next year. And if a player were to move on like a Dersma, you'd be easy to get a second-round pick for someone, and then you can turn that into a first-round pick. So I'm not as broken as some people are thinking, oh, we've given away everything. Because you look at generational potential midfielder in Horn Francis last year, every team in the comp would have done that deal. But we're seeing now with the fact that they've got three ruckmen, you know, one will be playing for the AFL, Soldo probably, then one will be starting for the Maggies, Visitini, and then Sweet might have to be playing in another position. So it'll be interesting how Port judge
They're
that.
a better team today than they were before the draft.
Well, on paper, yes. Yeah.
So now you
and
just
they
gotta see
needed
them
to,
mature.
because if they didn't get a defender or a ruckman in, you're going in with your weaknesses that you had last year in terms of your injuries and your depth in those areas. You had to do a deal.
Now they get to trade their numbers, especially in Adelaide's case. They probably want to try and do a deal and get up the ladder.
Well, you can,
open now.
yeah, and that's going to happen, and that happens as early as draft night, the latest draft night. So, well, what's Port going to turn a 70 into what? A 70? Nothing. Crows, certainly the case, but they're not their only teams. Look at Geelong, they're sitting there, I think, with pick 8, and they've said that they're willing to get in. There's North Melbourne want to get in to pick 1. Why would West Coast give that up from the get the best player in the country and back yourself into retaining? But there's interesting other things going on in the case too, is I'm hearing that AFL commissioners and club directors are terrified.
Nervous?
Is the word.
Why?
Well, being liable.
Are they? I thought the AFL covered that.
Well, I thought they used to too. I
No?
got told recently that club directors in the AFL have had a meeting at City Hall with their massive concerns around this concussion stuff. Because the insurance companies will be on the hook. But who's to stop? They are liable. So every club director of every club is sitting there liable. And what I can tell you is there's two massive class actions going. One's fallen over from a lack of funds, I've been told. Not confirmed, but I heard a whisper. While the other one, and that's why the directors of the clubs are bashing on the AFL's door saying, settle this and get it done. Make it go away. Because you think, 10 directors a club, a minimum? 8 directors? It's 80 people on the hook.
Yeah, tell you what.
No thanks.
I wouldn't be happy. If I was a director, I'd be saying, hey,
I want to keep my house, thanks.
Thank you very much. Treaders always delivering beautifully, like Mahindra Wavell, the only place you can test drive every model in the range of the latest XUV 700, the capable off-roader Scorpio, or the ultimate pickup dual cab ute. Visit Mahindra Wavell today.
Impressive stuff there, Treaders. Nice work. 5:30 headlines coming up. We're going to speak to Ned Brockman, who's got a book, and he's here in Adelaide next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. A 48-year-old man has faced court today charged with murder and arson following a fatal house fire at Aldinga Beach. Production is now underway on the new Halls-branded soft drinks at a bottling facility south of the city. More trucks have been permitted into Gaza from Egypt as conflict in the region intensifies. And in sport, technical breaches have seen Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc disqualified from the United States Grand Prix. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of South Australian copper is happening now at BHP.
In the city, got roads closed due to the World Solar Challenge, Victoria Square between Great Street and Wakefield Streets. Crash at Blakeview, Main North Road near Medlow Road. Another collision at Pasadena, 5S Drive near Day Drive. Got a car blocking the intersection. Really solid delays there at the moment. Quite busy at the moment. South Road at Featherton with a camera today at West Street at Ascot Park. Richmond Clearance Centre has 50% off polished and Leparto tiles from a crazy $29.95 a square metre, plus a heap of crazy in-store specials at Beaumont's Richmond. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast mostly clear tonight with a low of 13. Winds easing, partly cloudy tomorrow, 18. Right now it's 25. More news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
Qantas flight prices are set to soar. The explanation from Qantas is that fuel prices increased by around 30% since May of this year, and as such, it's not sustainable.
Informing Adelaide.
That said, Qantas recorded a pre-tax profit of $2.47 billion.
Yeah, which does make it a little bit harder to swallow.
The feeling that customers in Australia are going to get is, I'm paying more for a worse service. That's the problem for Qantas.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Do you know the signs of elder abuse? It's not always obvious. It may be physical, psychological, sexual, neglect, restriction of social activities, or pressure to lend money. It can come from family, friends, or carers. Aged Rights Advocacy Service offers a free, confidential, culturally safe support service for older people. There's no excuse for abuse. See it, stop it, prevent it. Visit aris.org.au. That's aras.org.au. ARIS is funded by the Australian Government.
Let's see what's in the swear jar at Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. Here's one from Jasmine, the operations manager at Buy Urban and the driving force behind the success of all renovation projects. Jasmine swears to ensure all the trades arrive on time every time to ensure a seamless transition to your stunning Buy Urban bathroom. For a team that swears to deliver on quality and service, see Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, Adelaide's home renovation experts.
Now, I know a few guys like this. They have, they think they're very good around the barbie. They think they're tong masters and the like, and they think they earn the title of backyard hospitality director. Well, I said, if you want to do that, you got to get the very best outdoor kitchen. It's got to be from Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens, because you can throw in the appliances, the bar fridge, the pizza oven. But it's the custom-made concrete bench tops that really make it.
It is. I'd love to be a backyard hospitality director one day, and I will get an Adelaide Outdoor Kitchen. It just impresses every time I read it. They do indoor concrete bench tops too, these handmade bench tops. They really update any kitchen space. They're custom-made just for you. Every piece is unique, especially yours.
I've seen them do it. It's incredible. God. Call for a consultation or quote today, or visit the Seafood Meadows showroom. It's at Farrow Circuit up there. It's brilliant. Now, the best backyard hospitality directors choose Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. Go and check them out, adelaideoutdoorkitchens.com.au.
If you're building a home, the Selector Homes Display Village is a great place to start. Your ideas and imagination will flow. There's nothing else quite like it in Adelaide. Different homes for different lifestyles, all in the one location. Walk through the sanctuary. It's simply stunning, with an incredible Jarrah facade, polished concrete floors, and a sensational use of space. Explore the Selector Homes and Building Solutions Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton. Visit selectorhomes.com.au.
Get into Ranella Mazda for a huge range of BT50s. New or demo or reduced, in stock ready for immediate delivery. With $2,000 of genuine Mazda accessories with every new BT50 sold. Hurry, only at Ranella Mazda, Main South Road, Ranella. LVD 152780.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes to 6. We're going to speak to Megan Shute very soon from the Adelaide Strikers and Chris Adamson from the Adelaide Giants. We've got their season coming up very soon. Lots of good news coming up. And more time for your calls, 8223 0000. And catch the 5AA Interactive Lounge tomorrow with Jade Robran, featuring guests from the Breast and Endocrine Centre.
Well, we're blessed. Timmy, our next guest, we covered it when he ran through Adelaide. He ran 46.5 days from Perth to Sydney, some 4,000 kilometres. Averaged over 80 kilometres a day. Now, you know how many marathons I've run in New York.
You've run 5, I think.
Yeah, correct weight, but that's in one day. He ran more than that every day. He's 24-year-old. Well, he's a Sparky. We'll talk about his milk shortly. Ned Brockman showing up. It's a Simon & Schuster Australian publication. It is in all good bookstores. Actually, Ned will be showing up 6:30 tomorrow at Dimmock's. Get down and see him. Ned, welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you, lads. Good to be here.
You gave me one job. What was that?
I said, I've got me chalky milk. Don't crack it until we're live on air. And I walk in and he's bloody sipping on it.
He's an idiot, mate.
Let's go back.
Can I crack it?
Yeah, let's crack it.
Let's crack it now.
You can act like you just cracked it.
Let's start here. Tell us about the chalky milk.
Yeah, so funnily enough, the big run I did last year, every single... Hold up.
Nah, that's good.
What
What
do
was
you
that
reckon, lads?
noise? Who did that?
Well, that's awesome.
Was that
Yeah.
you, Timmy?
That was me.
You made that noise.
Yeah, I made that noise.
He likes making noises this way.
So every day of the run last year, right? I finished the run and I ate that much food. I burnt 12,000 calories a day.
That's nice.
And
Wow.
to get the calories back in, I needed the chalky milk because I was that sick of eating food. And then I don't do anything half-assed. I go pretty, throw the whole kitchen sink at stuff. So I said, why don't we do our own chalky milk? And the beautiful thing about that is we can give back with each one, and that's something I love doing, is giving more than you take. And this whole milk, the ethos around it is, yeah, sure, I want people to enjoy it, I want it to taste good, I want it to have functional benefits, but the whole essence around it is to give back. And so every bottle will donate back to Mobilise, which is a homelessness organisation here in Australia.
Well, how did that touch your heart? You raised $2.5 million on this run for homeless. Tell us the link with that.
Yeah.
Something's tickled your heart.
100%. Yeah, I've fortunate enough never been in a scenario where that has been, something that might have come up in my life, homelessness. And that's what was one of the great mysteries to me, is why have I had the backing and support of people that if something didn't go to plan, like the Sparky work, that I have got a roof over my head, food and a shower, Why is it these people don't? What's the lack? Why did they not get opportunities the way I did? So for some reason, when I'd see someone on the street, I'd go, how can I help them? Like this profound effect on me. And so every day, every time I walk past someone, I'd try and help, give them a hand, ask if they need anything. And then I was like, it's just not enough. And so I ran 50 marathons, 50 days in 2020, raised $100,000 for homelessness. And then I want to go bigger and ended up raising, the 2.6.
Oh, you're a ripper.
Yeah,
Can I walk past homeless people and they go,
we all do, unfortunately.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't walk past, mate.
Well, the thing is, right, like we all need human connection, right? We need to talk, we
do.
need to have time, we need to have love from people. And then you go, why does that person not get that? So you get 1,000 people walk past them in a day and one person comes up and goes, how are you, mate? That's important,
Good on you.
And so the more we can do that, the more we can get uncomfortable and go and have those conversations, the more good you feel. So,
good on you.
The 2.5 million, which is absolutely brilliant, mate. I can't believe way overachieved what you're after. That's
Mine's
amazing.
finished. My chalky milk's
Good.
done.
Yeah.
I've sculled it.
Just what impact did that have upon the homeless situation?
Yeah. So the first, what's really cool is, they'd only ever raised $7,500 the year prior. That was the largest ever money Mobilise had ever raised.
Wow.
So $2.6 million in the bank account.
They didn't know what to do. Yeah.
Absolutely, but that's
you
what
get a statue.
That's what gives. No, not me, mate, not me. What that gives is this freedom to go, well, how can we actually do the most help? There's no red tape. There's no tied up. There's nothing that is, they're tied to. So they're able to implement the first ever in Australia Kickstarter program where they're giving people direct cash transfers matched with a job, housing support for 6 weeks. So they've already got 12 people in this pilot program into housing, into all these things. So it's actually already started, so it's pretty cool.
We've got two really good organisations here, and you probably know the Big Issue, of course, that's around the country, but we've also got the Hutt Street Centre, which we always do a day where we go and cook breakfast and that sort of thing and have a chat. The thing about homelessness is it's not your classic, they think that every homeless person's the same. They're all different situations,
Absolutely.
all different ways that they've become into this situation.
100%.
Some of them could have been very successful people in life prior, but something goes wrong in life, doesn't it?
Big time.
And it's not, at times you go, well, how does it happen? Is it their fault? Or well, it's just not, because it just happens all different ways.
Every single person's scenario is so different, just like yours and mine. And, they have no, 2% of homelessness is due to gambling, alcohol, and drug abuse.
Which is really low.
Which is 2%. 98% is housing affordability, domestic violence, lack of support from networks. This is something I have.
Something
is support.
goes wrong in life.
Of course,
somebody passes away.
Yeah, you might take
health.
a massive risk in business, and it doesn't go to plan. And then who have you got to rely on? And that's the hard thing about it all.
Incredible job. Your book, which is a ripper, Showing Up, right? You said, look, it's not all about my run, because I'm a bit concerned that we live in a risk-averse, self-focused world at the moment.
Yep.
Just give me your insight on that.
He's 24, Timmy.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny.
I'm liking it, though.
I question, I wonder why I'm like this, right? I wonder why I want to be like this and go hard and live life to the fullest. That's the whole ethos to the book.
Yeah.
And the same as this. It's there's reasons why we probably shouldn't be doing a milk, sure. But let's have a crack. We're not here for a long time, so let's make the most of it. But I believe, we are quite risk-averse now. I think, parents don't want to do the wrong thing or seem to be doing the wrong thing by smacking their kid or whatever it is. And when their kid falls down, it's like they immediately want to rush and grab them and help them and go, it's okay. But when I was growing up, it was like, you fell out of the tree, get up. This is what you got to do. This is the way Mum taught me. It's like,
well, I was going to ask about your mum. How big an impact on your life?
The biggest. The way they brought us up and nurtured us in a way where it was like, don't come. This is a part of the book. It's don't come crying or complaining unless you're broken or bleeding. So unless you're broken or bleeding,
I love it.
Rock up, don't cry, get over it.
Yeah.
And it was like, right, you're ballsy enough to ride the motorbike. If you fall off it, get it back up and go again, because that allows you to problem solve and learn resolve and do all these things. So
Ned Brockman Showing Up in all good bookstores. I like the photos, and it was an incredible run across the Nullarbor. The 90 miles straight. It was that cold, your fingers nearly froze off. I like this one. After day 3, you got a caption here: starting to feel the freedom of deliberate insanity.
Yeah,
you're out there. You're on the spectrum. You love it.
I do. I absolutely love it, because in the suffer and the adversity is where the most beautiful growth you can have in your whole life, and we choose to opt for the easy option always. The harder, more uncomfortable route you can take, the more fulfilling life you can have.
When you run, do you get yourself in a state of trance? Like your brain switches off?
Not in like a cruisy run, but a run across the country, I bloody do. Yeah. You're just like, every day is like you're staring at a road for 14 hours a day. We actually just drove from Perth. We've been on the run doing the milk run.
Good.
So I've been retracing all the steps, driving all these times. And I thought, geez, this has gone really quick. But I think my perspective is that it takes 40k takes me 6 hours usually, which is running. Yeah. But it actually takes me way quicker in a car. So.
How do you do 100k's every day?
Jesus, have we got 4
sleep?
hours?
Yeah, Did you sleep?
Not a lot.
Not for the first 4 weeks. I slept an hour a night.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I just couldn't.
So
my body was in overdrive.
How do you function?
You just have if there's a will, there's a way. And in my world, when you make a decision, you see it through. You don't make a decision and go, oh, it's hard, I'm going to throw in the towel. It's like, you've said you're doing it, get it done.
So did you get to a stage where you were talking to yourself, Dean, saying,
from day one,
Ned, what in God's name have we done?
Yep. Yeah, from day 3. That's what I mean.
That was day 3.
Feeling, because
you got 43 more days to go.
I'd been preempting this feeling of pain for so long, and finally we're in it, and I can actually just absorb it and enjoy it, because it's intentional. People don't get to choose sometimes their pain. Like people have to be in it unintentionally, and that's for me. I get to choose to do this every day, so it's pretty special.
It's 12 months. Basically on since it happened. How is the body? Because there would be some concern that there might be some long-term damage. How have you recovered?
Honestly, there will be long-term damage. There's been long-term damage in me for the last, 5 years because what I do, in order to get to where I need to be, I have to run on a lot of damage. I think I function pretty well at about 80%. For me to get to 100% would take me 5 years, and there's a lot of life I can live in those 5 years that aren't going to allow me to get to that 100%.
I'm hearing that there might be something else on the horizon.
Always. Next is this milk. 10 million is the next goal.
And you're going to deliver one to every house.
I'll run around. I'm going to drop one into every freaking mailbox across this great nation, eh?
Would you do it again?
I love it.
I'd do it again 10 times.
Well, for the 2.5 million that you're giving to homeless is magnificent. But you, yourself, your body, what you got out of it?
Oh, I'd do it 20 times again. Yeah, absolutely. I want to reiterate, the more intentional suffering you can put yourself through, the more we can actually feel that intentional pain, the more fulfilling your life is.
No, I'm just reading the Chalky Milk.
I don't mean physical. I mean like all of it.
Yeah.
Embrace it
I know
all.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
We have a saying at our footy club, it's fortis in procella. It's Latin for strength in adversity.
Yep.
You should have that tattooed right across your arse cheeks.
I've just got to the moon tattooed because...
Oh, what's that?
Reach, just go. Just keep... I don't know what I'm trying to reach, but I'm trying to get there.
You're beyond
and I'm not going to leave
years.
any stone unturned.
You're beyond your years. You're the same age as my son. You're 24.
Yeah, but I think it's because of what I've done. I've found this perspective, because I've put myself in these scenarios. People wait for it to happen to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to do it, and I'm living. Living.
You're not waiting for the epiphany.
I bet you...
You're running towards it.
I'm bringing them.
Oh, where'd you get that from? That's very profound. Was that in your book,
I think you've
Ned?
read it, yeah.
Was that in
No.
You're not getting back on the tools then. You're a Sparky, aren't you?
No, I won't be touching them, mate.
No, so that's your real motivation, isn't it? You want to get off the
Funnily
tools.
enough, there was a TAFE teacher who I won't name who said, "Oh, you'll be back," and I went, "You make this a lesson that you don't ever tell someone that.
Yeah.
Don't ever put someone in
Good
their
on
ground
you.
who's reaching for the stars. Don't ever."
Good on you.
Yeah,
Isn't that
and
an old
I just went
classic
I just
teacher
pointed
thing to
at
do?
him and said, "Don't you ever say that to someone," because a lot of these boys will
Yeah.
take that word as
Because what you're
Good
doing
on you.
then is putting a limit on somebody.
yeah. No, he's putting his limit on you.
Correct.
And that's what I can't stand when people do that. Lift everyone up.
Yeah.
Stop putting them down.
Yeah.
So as the world open up for you, I see Jimmy Barnes has written a bit to you forward. I see Hamish Blake has
He's
written you
forward
forward.
of the book, yeah.
Right at the back of the book, you personally thank the 37,000 that donated for your thing. He said, what do you say here? To the 37,000 plus people who donated, you are the reason we can make such a big impact on homelessness in Australia. This is just the start. Mm-hmm. I mean, bloody unreal. 24.
I've got goosies. I'm fired up, lads.
Yeah.
No, you are. But the milk, I do like
You've
milk.
got the
Get it up, ya! Get it
milk,
up, ya!
which is a good one. But you've got the QR code there.
Yep.
What happens when you scan that?
You're going to scan it. You're going to get a message from me, a personal message.
Brilliant.
That'll say something of the get it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a fire up, because
Let's go.
I think it's that exact message of, we all think we're here for eternal, right? We all think we're here eternally. We go about our day as if every day is.
I'm beginning to question that.
And no, but we do. We get around thinking every day is going to keep coming,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. Start living.
I've got a footy team that might need you. Have a look, Carrie Bickmore. Tom Hunt, who's he?
He's me good mate, who's a bit of a psycho as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
You're not a psycho, but
No.
Kylie's written. Mate, congratulations. So it's Ned, it's showing up. Ned Brockman's showing up. It's your story, your journey. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Now, I have heard that before.
Yep.
What does that mean?
Oh,
it's exactly that message of embrace that discomfort. We we just want the easy option. We order food from an app. We don't, anything gets hard, we throw in the towel. It's like, embrace it. Get okay with being uncomfortable, because the more you're in it, the more perspective you have on everything. So
That is brilliant.
I speak about, the comfort zone's the easiest place to live.
100%.
And unfortunately, it's nobody wants to get out
Pretty
of that
miserable.
anymore.
I'm in
And
it, Ned.
You
Look at
achieve
me.
nothing.
Look at us just
58
pounding the
years
chalky
old.
milk, eh?
How good. So
and,
we can.
and tell me about the chalky milk. You love
I've
it or
sculled
not?
it.
Oh,
I've
it's
sculled
so
it.
good.
So where do we buy it?
So this is the
Just
thing.
online at the moment.
We're doing this. No, can't even buy the bastard. Milk run. We've been doing this milk run. We're trying to get it in, and all your big grocers, anywhere, anyone that'll take it. If you're a little stockist, whatever it is, we want it in, because the more we can sell, the more energy we can give, and the more we can give back. So
Foodland
We're sponsored
are
by.
the mighty South Aussies.
They're
They
sponsored by.
are our biggest sponsor, and we love them. They love local, they love charity, they love community, they love your story, Ned. Our men will speak to your men. Your men, I reckon, would be just you.
I reckon we're onto something,
Timmy,
lads.
Foodland.
Oh, it's easy.
It's a match made in heaven by the sounds of
In
it.
heaven.
Bloody oath.
We'll get it done.
26 grams of
And
protein.
look, it's just, you
You
can't
make
beat
it
it.
sound like it's good. Mate, just get it up, you.
Yeah.
Love it. So, Nettie, we'll see you 6:30 tomorrow at Dimmick's Rundle Mall.
Yep, we'll be there. I'll be there with bells on.
You are someone that people should aspire to. The age, you're an inspiration, mate. Keep it up. And I hear you do a bit of guest speaking.
Bit of speaking, yeah, I do. I love
Okay.
it. It's been great. It's a really powerful tool to inspire people. So.
Ned Brockman showing up. He certainly showed up. He's in our studio. It's a Simon & Schuster Australian publication. Be in all good bookstores. There's the Nettie Chocky Milk. There's the book. Christmas coming up. Get it up, yeah.
Outstanding. Dimmick's Rundle Mall, 6:30 tomorrow. Get to meet him. It'll be wonderful.
Do you know what? 82230000. First caller through can have that book. Mine.
Okay, there you go.
I
Bang.
know he signed it to me, but
Yeah.
I can sign it over to you. I penned through it and had a look at it the last couple of days. It's a bloody good read. If you want it, 82230000. It's yours. How can you be 24 and be that wise? I don't know, worldly, mature and giving. What's he? Gen what?
Z.
Z.
He Z?
Z.
He
Z.
gives me faith
Gen Z.
for the modern man.
American.
Don't argue with me, mate.
Oh, John Blake will be on to you.
Zipper.
Z.
Z. So
What is that, a
happened to Z?
zapper, is it?
I was the last year of the baby boomers, 65, apparently. He's Gen Z.
I
He
think
gives me
64
faith
is.
for the modern man. How many times I say are you 24?
Look, if you do get a chance, go there
Tomorrow
night, Dimmick,
6:30.
6:30, because you'll meet a fantastic character.
And the chalky milk's not bad
Right,
either.
bloke.
I loved his mum's little forward, if you like. This
Mm.
book is a great report card for my parenting.
I
How good's
I agree
that?
100%.
How good is that?
It is all about the parenting, and she has done a marvellous job.
He's a good kid.
Amazing
Like
wisdom from a young man. It's 9 minutes to 6. Let's check your traffic out there. Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of SA copper is happening now at BHP.
In the city, roads are closed due to the World Solar Challenge at Victoria Square between Great Street and Wakefield Streets. A few crashes around. You'll find one at Blakeview, Main North Road near Medlow Road. Another one at Pasadena, 5-way drive near Day Drive. Got a few delays around that area. Adderburst Automated at Trot Park, Lonsdale Road near Majors Road. That is pretty slow for the drive home. Cameras, Goodwood Road, Coonlight Gardens and Great Terrace at Rosewater. You wouldn't operate a chainsaw blindfolded, so why dig without searching before you dig first? If you don't, you're digging blind. Search before you dig online every time. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Right now with Bupa, get up to 8 weeks free when you join on eligible products. Plus, you won't have to reserve waiting periods you've already served. T's and C's apply. Search Bupa 8 weeks free today.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. For October only, the manufacturers of our fabulous 20mm thick outdoor pavers have up to halve the prices for National Tiles customers exclusively. Yes, for October only, the manufacturers of our fabulous 20mm thick outdoor pavers have up to halve the prices for National Tiles customers exclusively. Easy to lay and easy to clean, National Tiles fabulous outdoor pavers at up to half price. But only for October and only at National Tiles.
It's Z, mate. PQRSTUVWXYZ.
Z. Z.
I just think you get A and A, and B and B.
John Blake's going to call
all the
him
way
in a minute.
through.
Blakey's on you.
He will.
Come on, Beechwood, mate. Away
Z
you go.
and Z.
I'm
All
reading
right.
an ad.
Look, some.
Hey, could you switch on, buddy?
Yeah, I will.
You're allowed to be wrong.
Well, no.
This actually is a cashy, so
You just
come
upset
on, I
me.
want the best
All right.
version of you, Timmy.
Look, if I was Beechwood Homes and I had a look at a sloping Z block, well, I'm
stop
telling you now, this would, most builders would say too hard, don't want to know about it.
Correct.
Go and get a flat block, waste of time. No, that could cost you a lot more money. So when you go to Beechwood Homes, you look at that sloping block, they go, oh, look at the possibilities.
Well, they specialise in it. We lived it. It was just superb dealing with them. The team at Beechwood, they'll design a home that works with the land you have, taking full advantage of every square metre. So if you've got a sloping block, or a sloping block's the only piece of dirt there, and everyone else passes it off, get it.
Yep, good idea.
Get it, because you got Beechwood. Go for it. Just go for it. Beechwood has your back.
Correct.
Life's good, Timmy.
Oh, it's even better in a Beechwood home. Google Beechwood Adelaide.
Don't just send it, ace it.
If your current job is driving you bonkers, well, get outdoors and hit the road. Here's Chris from ASIC Couriers to tell you how.
Thanks, Rowey. ASIC Couriers is growing, and we need more drivers to keep our promise of perfect service. So if you want a career that'll take you places, get in touch with us at ASIC Couriers. Visit asiccouriers.com.au.
Don't just send it, ASIC. Don't just get a forklift. Get a Toyota forklift.
Right now, Toyota Material Handling is having a massive clear-out of 2022 and 23 plated forklifts. Score great deals across a selected range of new Toyota forklifts currently in stock. Counterbalance and reach forklifts, walkie stackers and more. So if it's 22 or 23 plated, get a great Toyota forklift deal. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
T's and C's apply. Offer ends December 31.
Whether a hobby or a full-blown dairy and livestock farm, they all have one thing in common: the need for good quality steel to keep livestock safe and secure. At Norr Metals, we have just that. From rural fencing and gates to droppers, loading ramps and more, you'll find what you need for your farm. And if we don't, we'll source it for you quickly and at the best price. No matter what kind of farm you have, we'll help you out. At Norr Metals, 255 Grand Junction Road, Ottawa.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Still valuable.
4 minutes to 6. Chris Adamson from the Giants very shortly, and Megan Schutt from the Strikers. Z is technically the correct version in England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Canada, India, New Zealand and Australia.
So, Timmy, sorry, mate. Z's wrong.
Z is technically correct in the United States, says the
That's
internet.
it. There you go.
Sorry, Tim.
Would you trust the internet?
Well,
God,
says
there's a lot of
everywhere
crap
on the
on that internet. Hey, I'll give you something that's Timmy's not happy. Look down the Foodland live stream. You're not happy, mate. You're allowed to be wrong, Timmy.
When you see a cartoon and there's somebody sleeping under a tree,
you're like the Fonz.
What's in the bubble?
Oh, that's not Z.
Oh, you
What
bloke.
noise?
There's lots of Zs.
Well, you go off to bed to get some Zs,
Right.
do you?
This is what noise does a bee make?
Z.
Top goal kickers for the 2020. So that's 3 years.
Yeah.
20, 21, 22, 23. It's actually 4 years.
4 years.
All right, 4 years. Coming in at 10th spot, Harry Mackay. 9th spot, Jack Rewalt. 8th spot, Aaron Norton. 7th is Nick Lark. His last 2 years have been good. He's kicked 165 goals from 75 games. Toby Green comes in at 6th, 165 goals in 70 games. Averages 2.5 goals a game. Fritz comes in at 5th. Jeremy Cameron for Geelong. He misses a few games. 181 goals from 76. 3rd spot, T. Walker. 186 goals from 74 games. Charlie Cameron, the best small forward in the comp, was a Crow in 2017. 199 goals in 94 games. He played the most. Who do you reckon's top spot out of all of that? There's two players that would come to mind.
What do you mean top spot?
Who is the number one leading goal kicker for the 2020s?
Kicked the most goals.
The most goals. I'll give you a clue.
It's not Curnow.
It's either Curnow
All right.
or Tom Hawkins. It's a trick question.
Right, okay.
So it's Tom Hawkins.
It's Tommy Hawkins.
Because Curnow was injured those first 2 years. That's probably why.
Yeah.
People would think he would be up
Of course.
there. Tom Hawkins, 227 goals. He's 36 years of age. From 91 games. So he's durable. He plays. He averages 2.49 goals a game. So here's the thing. Our boy Taylor Walker, right now, is 3rd for numbers of goals. But he is number 1 for average per game, per goal, 2.51. Got the best average. And he's number 1 of all of them for goal assists.
God, they only got a 1 year deal. What a joke.
Oh, God. What you took from that?
Should have got 3. This is unbelievable. Hey, you know what I just picked up out of that?
Charlie Cameron, imagine if the Crows still had him.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's their stat, isn't it?
Charlie,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Texas Walker comes at 3. The big thing there is none of your boys are anywhere near it.
Fritz, Toby Green and Charlie Cameron,
Yep.
the only 3 underneath 190.
There you go.
So the Tools are doing it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
kicking the goals. So,
Well, they always do, don't they?
well, yeah, there was some talk whether the game was changing a bit and the small to mediums are sort of the
I
avenue
think
to
it's
goal.
the mix of the smalls, isn't it? You have a pressure one, you have an opportunist one, and you have one that's a bit of both.
Yeah, so It means that the big guys are still important.
Yeah, but you've been top 4 for a lot of those years, or at least 2 of them. You haven't got anyone within coup either.
No, good call.
Range of call.
21st, Charlie Dixon.
Means you've got a spread.
Is it? Or is that better? It's got a
Well,
spread.
means you've got a spread, different
So
options.
Finlayson, Marshall, Dixon, they're your 3. Georgiadis will come back. There's your 4.
I think it has exposed exactly what you're saying, is that they need to get better.
I think they do. Well done. Smack on 6 o'clock.
Let's get to the news.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
If you're a worker, a walker, or a seasoned traveller, from the roads of Adelaide to the cobbled stones of Europe, Danish-inspired Echo shoes take you there in style and comfort. And right now, when you try on a pair of men's or women's Echo dress or casual shoes, you'll receive a bonus picnic blanket for added comfort while exploring the great outdoors. Grundy Shoes, family owned and operated, your feet are in good hands. Open 7 days in Adelaide, Glenelg, Victor Harbour, or shop online with confidence. Grundy Shoes, your iconic footwear destination.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Mostly clear tonight, winds easing, partly cloudy tomorrow, 18. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
There's plenty of stock ready for immediate delivery on Mitsubishi Triton from Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Court today for a 48-year-old man charged with murder and arson following a fatal fire at Aldingle Beach on Friday. The victim is yet to be formally identified, but is believed to be 38-year-old occupant Crystal Marshall. The death has been declared a major crime. Inquiries are continuing to establish when Ms Marshall was killed. Major Crime is appealing to anyone with information on her movements between last Wednesday and Friday or activity in the vicinity of the Barracuda Crescent home during that 48 hours to call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. A Hindley Street nightclub has copped a $4,000 fine for a sexist promotion. The Woolshed offered free drinks based on bra sizes. Liquor and Gambling Commissioner Dini Sulio says lessons have been learned.
The venue's been cooperative through this process and I think now understand where the line is. I think this serves as a warning to venues that we are monitoring advertising, we are monitoring the code.
Authorities also found CCTV was not up to scratch. That has now been upgraded and is compliant. Australian flags are flying outside the White House as Anthony Albanese kicks off his first trip to the United States as Prime Minister. Zach De Silva reports from Washington.
The red carpet's been rolled out for the Prime Minister as he embarks on 4 days of key meetings here in the US. Defence and security will be a major focus. Anthony Albanese says he'll no doubt discuss the war in the Middle East with President Joe Biden.
A very important visit that comes at a turbulent time for the world.
The talks will also cover AUKUS, with parts of the military pact still caught up in Congress. Ambassador to the US, Kevin Rudd, says Mr Albanese's presence could help speed things up.
It's going to be really important in pushing this legislation further.
Technology, trade and clean energy are also on the agenda.
Winemakers are welcoming China's decision to review tariffs imposed on Australian wine. The two countries are suspending their long-running World Trade Organisation dispute while Beijing carries out its evaluation. Israel's bombardment of Gaza has intensified ahead of a widely anticipated ground offensive. Hamas officially claimed the Israeli attack so far has caused over 4,600 deaths. The BBC's Yolanda Nell is in Israel.
Videos shared on social media show the blasts of successive Israeli strikes on Gaza lighting up the night sky after Israel stepped up its bombing campaign ahead of a ground invasion expected soon. There were reports of a large blast close to Shifa Hospital in Gaza City, where thousands of people are sheltering in the grounds. Earlier at a military briefing, Israel's defense minister had hinted at timings for this offensive. Within 1, 2 or 3 months, he said. At the end, there would be no more Hamas.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and Australia has retained netball's Constellation Cup despite losing the final test in New Zealand. The Silver Ferns won Game 4 to draw the series, but Australia keeps the trophy on aggregate. Well, Australia has been drawn to face Great Britain and the US in Perth for the United Cup this summer in the lead-up to the Australian Open. Novak Djokovic headlines a star-studded lineup leading Team Serbia. Formula One drivers Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc have been disqualified from the United States Grand Prix after irregularities were spotted in their cars during an inspection. Hamilton had claimed second place while Leclerc was sixth across the line. And it was a bittersweet day for Daniel Ricciardo on his return to Formula One. After missing the last 5 races with a broken hand, the Australian finished 17th in Texas. Ricciardo happy to be back, but car damage made it frustrating.
The result on paper is pretty terrible, but I think there's, let's say, probably timing of first stop and then obviously the damage are two big things which explain that.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of South Australian copper is happening now at BHP.
In the city, roads closed due to the World Solar Challenge. That's Victoria Square between Grove Street and Wakefield Streets. Boulevard crash there on the North-South motorway near the Boulevard interchange. Another collision, this one's at Pasadena, 5S Drive near Day Drive. Pretty slow on the drive out of town. Got a camera to look out for too, Warner Road at Semaphore. More cute and cosy for less at Big W. Dimples baby tees, leggings or bike shorts made with organically grown cotton, 3 for $12. Get more for less at Big W. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly clear tonight, a low of 13. Winds easing, partly cloudy tomorrow, 18. Wednesday, a shower or two, 15. Then partly cloudy and 19 on Thursday. Right now, it's 24. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thanks, I'm Kate Collins. Tonight's headlines. Eden Hills residents have had to evacuate when a grass fire sparked by illegal fireworks threatened homes. A new biosecurity facility at Paraka is set to drive down the cost of fruit and veg. And a revolutionary trial is removing skin cancers without invasive surgery. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
When is a good time to organise a new roof, outdoor blinds, roller shutters or gutters? Well, any time with Focus Home Improvements. You see, Dave from Focus, well, he's newly separated, so Dave has plenty of time on his hands. Call day or night, anytime. If he doesn't answer, just leave a message, unless you're his ex. For Dave's number, visit focushomeimprovements.com.au. Thanks, Dave. Oh, actually, my sister's single now, so maybe...
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
Why buy an Island Star caravan? Well, they're designed and used by Knowles Caravans. There's thousands on the road and 75% of Knowles customers are repeat buyers. They know when they're onto a good thing. Go with the people you can trust with 5 decades of service to Australia's caravanning community. You'll love the way they do business. Knowles Caravans, 561 Salisbury Highway, Greenfields, opposite Mawson Lakes. Serving Australia since 1974.
Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans, Knowles Caravans.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes after 6.
The mighty Adelaide Giants are the reigning champions. They're going to defend, we're going to call it the Beach from November 17. Joining us is Adelaide Giants manager Chris Adamson. Chris, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
God, this has whizzed around quick.
I know. There's a bit of excitement in the air. It's been a quick off-season, but yeah, we can't wait to get back into it.
12 members from the Philadelphia Phillies are going to join us. I'm glad to hear Nick Ward and Anthony Quiron's back.
Yeah, they're huge. They were, pivotal pieces in our success last year. So yeah, to have them back on board, it's huge, and we can just continue to build around guys like that.
Yeah, having met Anthony, come into the studio a couple of times.
He's a ripper.
Great character, loved him. obviously he's probably spoken to a few of these guys for you and said, get over here, it's great.
Oh, absolutely. It's really cool seeing them. You know, a lot of those guys, we've been together whilst in the States as well, and, you know, they're ultimately our best salespeople, and, you know, they're talking to a whole lot of other guys, and, you know, I'm just kind of supporting what they're saying. But, yeah, to have a list like we have coming this year, it's, you know, it's a credit to the organisation, but, yeah, it's just going to be a really cool experience for them all individually as well.
You broke an incredibly long drought for Adelaide to win the baseball championship. How do you approach now being the defending champs and exactly what Rowey said, defend the beach?
Yeah, obviously it's a little bit different. It's almost been a lifetime in between the last time we had to, you know, defend the Shield. But, you know, everyone's almost got a little bit of a sense of urgency about us. It's really good. We're kind of knocking on the door, and a lot of the guys, they've enjoyed the feeling and enjoyed the experience. So, you know, there's no complacency or anything like that, and the guys are just, yeah, really eager to rip in and hopefully defend it. But, yeah, we just can't wait to see, you know, a lot of our friends and family down at West Beach later on in the year.
Cam Wynn, he sounds like he's a fairly big unit, 6'6", but got a power arm. Is that something that you wanted to add to the squad?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was actually with him a good chunk of this year, and I actually call him the creator player. So if you're like playing something on the PlayStation or something, he's kind of the body type that you would try and build around. And yeah, he's a specimen, and he can do things with a baseball that, you know, I haven't seen many guys do. And, you know, he's going to really complement the guys that we already have here. And yeah, he's going to be a huge piece of the back end of the bullpen, that's for sure.
6'6". How quick does he whiz him around your ears?
Yeah, he'll get it up, you know, about 95, 96 miles an hour. So, you know, 155 Ks or something like that.
Wow.
It's pretty firm, that's for sure.
So I see of the imports, 4 of them are pitchers.
Yeah, it's a big chunk, and, you know, the Phillies, you know, see a lot of value in sending guys down to, whether it's work on something specific or just get some additional work to build their overall workload for the year. And yeah, it's going to be huge, and they're going to fit in really nicely around some of the existing Australian guys that we have. So hopefully it's going to be a pretty fun mix to be around. Yeah, well, we can't wait. 40 games over 10 weekends. It starts on the 17th. Before we let you go, Curtis Mead did his family and the Giants proud, didn't he, with Tampa Bay? Oh, yeah, it was unreal, you know, to see him do what he did and, you know, be able to do it in front of his family by, you know, on his debut. It was something that was really special for, obviously, his family, but, yeah, the entire baseball community, not only in Adelaide but also Australia. It's really cool how, you know, the community rally around people like that, and, you know, he's a guy that deserves all the credit. He's an amazing kid, and he continues to do wonderful things.
Hey, Chris, you guys are building up a nice little following down there at West Beach, but I saw something today that caught my eye, and I absolutely loved it. You may or may not know about this, but it's Adelaide Giants on LinkedIn saying, are you a company that's looking for an alternative to a boring office Christmas party? So they're going to do Christmas parties at the Giants games. I'm loving it.
Oh, it's awesome. You know, it's sneaky fun, like from a social setting. I've had quite a few people that have come down and never been to a game before, and, you know, they've all walked out, you know, having had a great time. They have a few drinks, and, you know, it's almost a bit of heckling's encouraged too. We want to make it a bit of a volatile environment, and it's pretty fun seeing some of the work that gets put in on the players. It's fun.
Oh, that decking there that you've got set up now is just sensational.
Oh, absolutely. I reckon it was Bryce Gibbs last year took maybe the catch of the year in the stands. So,
really?
Yeah, he was he was infamous, and then he was playing off it the rest of the day. That was fun to be around, and that was just a little bit of a taste of the environment that can be created. And it's a really fun place to play.
Geez, it'd have to be a good catch to top Anthony Kirions in that final.
Oh, no, that's what Kirion keeps telling us as well. He says
oh, please.
Yeah, he says he should have a free reign to come back whenever he likes, because he calls it the catch. That's the self-appointed name. So we'll let him roll with it for a couple more months, but we'll keep reminding him.
When he lands back at West Beach, let us know. We'll get him in here. He's a ripper. Hey, as always, Chris, thanks for your time and all the best for the season.
No worries. Thanks very much for the call. I appreciate it.
Well done. 40 games, 20 home, 20 away. It starts on the 17th to the 19th at West Beach. Great family fun.
It's a great night out, but
It
I'm
is a
telling you
great
what, the
night out.
Christmas party idea is a ripper.
Oh, stop
I'm loving that. Let's do ours there.
Well, that's a date. Done. Let's do it. Chris Adamson, Adelaide Giants manager, our guest.
Outstanding work. It's 14 minutes after 6. Very shortly, we're going to chat to Megan Schutt from the Adelaide Strikers. Went down today, unfortunately, to the Melbourne Renegades in the WBBL. They're 1-1. We'll chat to her next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Experience the magic of Christmas with the National Pharmacy's Christmas Pageant, celebrating the official start of the festive season. All your favourite floats are set to hit the streets of Adelaide as Father Christmas rolls into town. It's the most magical day of the year, and you won't want to miss it as Adelaide comes to life with Christmas joy. The 2023 National Pharmacy's Christmas Pageant, Saturday, 4th of November, proudly supported by 1395, Adelaide's 5AA.
The Barossa Valley is a place where things mature well and the locals really appreciate good vintage, which is why it makes sense to make the vine change and call the Barossa home. Barossa Village in Anguston, Tanunda and Nuriutpa gives you the retirement lifestyle you deserve. 1, 2 and 3 bedroom homes are now available in safe connected communities under an hour from the city. Mature well and let it breathe at Barossa Village. Find out more at barossavillage.org.
It's been gone for decades. It's a thing of the past. But even today, it haunts some of us. If you suffered from polio as a child or it affected your parents, Polio SA Support Group would like to hear from you. Symptoms like weakness, joint pain and fatigue may still persist and can be managed. Polio SA is committed to making life for polio survivors as comfortable as possible. Find out more at poliosa.org.au.
Need your driveway, walkway, outdoor or entertaining area paved or repaved? You're in luck. Playford Pavers' massive sale is your unmissable opportunity. Score up to 30% off their stunning range, boasting a wide variety of colours and sizes. That's up to 30% off. But hurry, this offer is for a limited time and only while stocks last. Once they're gone, they're gone. Up to 30% off. Visit playfordpavers.com.au.
Uncover the heart of exploring with Viking Cruises and Phil Hoffman Travel. Relaxing, seamless and exceptional value for money. That's river cruising the Viking way. Sail for 15 days from Amsterdam to Budapest from just $5,995 per person and save up to $4,600 per couple. Simply unpack once and let Viking take care of the rest. Offer ends November 30. Contact Phil Hoffman Travel or visit pht.com.au.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive of Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Orthopaedic surgery is enhanced at Western Hospital by a well-established short-stay program focusing on returning you home following your joint replacement. A joint school is provided prior to surgery, led by experienced orthopaedic nurses and physiotherapists who support you during your journey toward a safe and often early return home. For more information about orthopaedic short-stay surgery, visit westernhospital.com.au or call 8159 1200.
Ken Hall Plumbers. We're local, we're family, and we're a trusted South Aussie. Blocked drain? Leaky tap? Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Plumbers. 8364 5855.
The T2D project is the biggest road project our state has ever undertaken. It will change the way South Australians live, move and connect. We're shaping the future of South Australia. Learn more at t2d.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
18 minutes after 6. 8223 0000 is the number. Megan Schutt from the Strikers very shortly.
Now, Timmy, the Caulfield Cup, it's the Spring Carnival. We can't
Yes,
wait.
it
Melbourne
is.
Cup coming up, the real big races. Caulfield Cup's certainly one of them. Jockey Mark Zahara, he broke what they call the whip rule on Without a Fight. Without a Fight went on to win.
That's right.
Without a Fight, he had a fight. He struck it 9 times prior to the 100-metre mark. You know they hit it how many times? 5. And then after the 100, he hit it another 5, which he did hit another 5. Anyway, it was nowhere to be seen, goes neck and neck. Without a Fight goes on to win the cup, the prize money, and without a doubt, the prestige. The jockey copped a fine. I think it was a third of his winning, and it misses 7, which you'd have to say
meetings.
inconsequential race meetings. So here's the
They
thing
get to
for
choose.
me.
They get to choose.
They get to choose them. That's exactly right. So I'm on Without a Fight. I'm the owner of Without a Fight. And then the other horse that came second. Which jockey would have you rathered to have? Because there's no doubt those extra 5 whips got it up over the line. So is it a rule? Is it a guideline? Do you get disqualified? Should you be disqualified? That horse should have been disqualified. It's called cheating.
It feels like that, doesn't it?
No, but either it's a rule, a guideline,
Or not. Yeah,
or it's
exactly.
not.
Yeah.
What is it?
And it sounds like a guideline at the moment with a fine and,
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. At 10 to 6 on Friday, there's a segment that we have. It's called Timmy's Tips with...
Tez.
I'm going to ask Timmy and Tez.
Yeah. Yeah.
About that.
I reckon I'd give that one to Tez.
But you know what I mean?
I'm
I'd be
with you.
filthy
I'm with
if
you.
I was part of the owners.
If you're a Gold Trip who
Yeah.
ran third or
Yeah.
trying to remember who ran second.
I would be filthy.
Mm.
I would be filthy because that's called cheating.
Wow.
Still gets the win.
There you
Still
go.
gets the prize money.
Correct.
Unbelievable.
Hey, we had an incredible Australian record broken on Saturday
Yes, we
night.
did.
It was by our own WBBL strikers. Outstanding. And we got one of the main culprits of that win. Took 3 for Megan Shute on the line. G'day, Megan. How are you?
Hey,
Now, I don't want to talk about
wishing
today.
us that game.
I don't want to talk about today. I'm
Yeah.
transporting you back to Saturday night. It
right,
was an incredible game. Firstly, set up by the batting, the innings, 3 for 177. Katie Mack and Wolvie got us off to a cracking start. So it really was set up there, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I think it was about a 140-run opening stand, which I think is a record across the Big Bash. So, yeah, T20 cricket being a really fickle game, to kind of come out and make a statement like that first game at our own home ground was bloody awesome. And I think putting a total like that on the board forced them to go hard, and then the chaos happened, I guess.
Well, the chaos, it was quite amazing because were they not quite reading the pace of the pitch or the way that you guys were bowling? Because there was a lot caught, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a lot going on. It was a bit strange. I think with every wicket, we're kind of running in going, what the hell is going on? And just one of those days where everything you touch turns to gold. And the pitch did change a little bit. The conditions were a little bit more favourable for bowling, which doesn't normally happen second innings. So we just had some pretty simple plans. And then I think it just capitulated a bit. There were some real rash shots, and I don't think they really, I mean, when you 5 for 14, you're probably going to shut up shop and just try and milk out the rest of the innings for probably run rate purposes. But then that just didn't happen, and it was, it was just absolute chaos. It was very strange day for cricket.
You've represented Australia. You've run World Cups, Com Games. We got the strikers 3 for 3 off 3 overs. Where does that sit? Is that as good as they've come out?
Oh, yeah, as I just said, like, with it being a very fickle sport, I'll take even just the 3 runs off 1 over in another game of cricket. So, as I said today, cricket's the ultimate leveller. Brings you back down to earth very, very quickly. And, yeah, it's just, I mean, especially as a bowler in some wickets that are, a bit more pace and bounce now. We've got some drop-ins at KRO and make them a bit more Adelaide Oval-like, and a bit more favourable for bowling, which I actually felt like a fast bowler probably for the first time in my life. It was very nice.
You rolled for 86 today, lost the Renegades by 81. Gee, they took the long handle to you. You did mention it, so we will. None for 42. You went at 10 and over, Megan. That never happens to you. What in God's name happened to you today, Megan Shute?
It's a good question. It's called Junction Oval for you, being a pacey.
That's true.
I don't really have good memories here, and that's clearly continued on. It's unfortunately a lot of my job, 3 out of my 4 overs, is only having 2 out and trying to block 2 of the best batters in the world on an absolute road and a fast outfield. To go for 10s is probably a good result, to be honest. It's gone for much more than that at this oval, so not a good day for me. But again, that's T20 cricket. It keeps you on the straight and narrow, and I think it's one of those that you go and reflect, but you don't overthink it too much. The balls that miss by half a metre are enough to go the journey. So it is what it is, and got to be better tomorrow.
Megan, I watched the special, Pretty Bloody Special, it's called, and I don't know if you guys had, I think you had the launch of it last week. I got to watch it on Friday. I thought it was really well put together and a terrific snapshot of what happened in the season. And as much as I went to the semi down here at Karen Rolton, and then you guys went over to Sydney to play the final, I forgot how close both games were. They were I was actually getting nervous again for some silly reason.
It was that doco was so much better than what I thought it was going to be. I didn't really know, obviously, the work that had kind of got in behind it. I just did my little interview and went on with life. So to kind of the premiere was absolutely awesome. They put us in a cinema out in Prospect, and we got to watch it as a team along with some family and friends. And yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. We got to relive some really cool moments, and also just remember the season that it ebbed and flowed. And we're already kind of getting that early this season. We're only 2 games in. It's a long one. It's 14 games, so a lot of time for it to ebb and flow. But yeah, that doco was absolutely amazing. I know it wasn't really a dry eye at a few points there, and really just reinstates how emotionally connected we are as a squad, and we've kept really the same core group bar a few new faces. So it's exciting, and I think it got a lot of the new girls absolutely pumped and just even more ready to be a part of the squad.
We spoke with Gemma Barsby and Bridget Patterson a couple of weeks ago at Nord Oval that night, and speaking to both of them, very, very determined to back it up.
Yeah. Well, those girls know a lot about backing it up. They did it for about 3 weeks partying the final. But,
hey, that'll get back.
Oh, it's actually true.
It's so true. That was incredible to watch too. But yeah, I think I'll never forget, like, me and Talia are obviously extremely passionate South Australians, and that meant so much more to us than what people could have imagined. And I think it was the next day we turned to each other and we're like, back to back. We want 2 in a row. We want to be that team. Like, I think we've shown we're pretty consistent and have been amongst the best for a long time now, and I don't see any reason why we can't try to go for back-to-back.
Yeah. Hey, well, I was just going to say, Megan, you're Captain Serious now because you're a parent. How old's little Riley? Is she 2 yet?
Yeah, she's 2 years, 2 months, and she is absolutely psycho and hits the terrible 2s, that is for sure.
Oh, wow. Unreal. That's good fun, that is.
It's called parenthood, so she's off the cans.
Exactly.
Changes life.
Did I, Megan, in the documentary, did I see any given Sunday cup of coffee in front of you?
I did, yeah. I wanted to give them a bit of a show. They lent out obviously the back room for us to record. They're a little cool little cafe around the corner from my house, and stumbled upon a place that has great
Cheltenham.
Yeah, lovely people, cute little cafe, and yeah, they haven't made me a bad coffee yet, so I'll keep going back.
Oh, fantastic!
Wasn't that a good movie with Al Pacino in it?
It was Any Given Sunday, correct?
It was magnificent.
Yeah,
you know more than I do.
Megan, Google it and watch it. Yeah. Great show. Now listen, you play again tomorrow. You got the Melbourne Stars again, haven't you?
Yep, we do. Yep, which I imagine they're going to come out wanting to rectify what they've done, and we kind of want to do the same after today. So it should be a cracker match.
So how's it going back to back? The
How do you pull up? How do you pull up?
Oh, it should be fine. We've done it plenty of times before. It probably it stands out a little bit more later in the tournament when there is a bit more fatigue, probably more mentally fatiguing towards the back end than physically. But honestly, after a game like today, all you want to do is crack on with it and get it going again. And it's probably a great thing that we're playing again tomorrow. So, yeah, it's not really an issue. I think if we're playing 3 games in a row, it would be a bit more, but 2's fine.
I think when you're playing games like this, you've got to have a very short memory. Forget that one and let's get the next one. All right, mate?
Correct. Yep, moved on already.
Good on you, Megan. All the best tomorrow and for the rest of the season. Really appreciate your time.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Megan Shute, one of our strike bowlers, a terrific player for both Australia and for South Australia.
A long time, she was #1 bowler in the world. Isn't sport a leveller? We think about that. 3 for 3 off 3 overs. Unplayable, they said. She was unplayable. And then none for 42. When it's headed over.
Yeah, she doesn't sound like she's too happy with that pitch.
She needs to kick off the side screen tomorrow.
Back to Junction Oval tomorrow against the Stars, where she did that damage. Here's the winning formula. We'll know at 2 o'clock just before the game starts if they can win or not. All 7 games in the WBBL this year have been won by the team who lost the toss and got sent into bat. There you go. So lose the toss and get sent into bat.
There's a moral.
There you go. Do that tomorrow and the Strikers will win. 28 minutes after 6. We will chat to Warren Tredrea next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
The Chinese will be reviewing the